What's that sound the Predator makes?
It's impossible for a human to make. There's no way that it is.
I think he's just saying cha-cha.
Yeah? Which is it's just a faster version of the Jason sound?
I mean, we haven't watched it yet. For all we know, it could just be him in the woods, and he's just like, cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. And then Arnold's like, what is that?
Fucking Austrians hate mariachi.
I hear a cha-cha in the woods.
I hear a cha-cha in the woods.
I'm going to shoot my gun at it.
This sounds French.
I'm really bad. I'm really bad at doing a lot of things. I'm sorry.
My fucking way. How's
Get
that
your keys
sound?
out the way.
Hide your keys.
I haven't come
hide
to
your
play.
wife.
Hide your keys. Hide your wife, because they're stealing cars and running over wives out here.
Yeah. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that, if you were going to include the word.
Oh, no.
The bad word.
It's hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah. So. But the way he says it sounds like keys.
Oh. I hadn't noticed. I heard it perfectly.
Ah.
I did not hear any problem with the way he said it.
What's his fucking name? I know it's not Antoine Fisher, because that's like
it's Antoine something.
That's like a Denzel Washington movie about an impoverished black person. I refuse to be that
John
racist.
Q.
John.
We're talking about John Q?
I think that's about his like son having AIDS.
No, he needs.
It's like his son has like cancer and
it's
needs
like
a transplant.
a lung transplant.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
he holds up a hospital because that's how that works.
I just remember he played a lot of children's baseball. There was a lot of children's. I think he was a coach. Maybe he was a coach of children's baseball.
Yeah, until he turned it into a hostage situation.
Until he turned it into a situation.
Yeah, don't you ever put me in a situation.
Don't you ever. You know. Now I'm double looking at things.
Yeah, no, you want to be scrutinous in this case.
Boom, look at that.
You're listening to Grindhouse Movie Club, where only, once again, the most professional of individuals put together a podcast for your ears.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? Nothing's better than just screaming to make sure that there's levels on the machine. That's
how you do it. You'll find that in a lot of situations, right? You can get a lot done just by screaming.
We take that scream and shout and get it all out real professionally here.
Yeah. I don't wham?
No, it's scream and shout and let it all out. It goes on and on and on and on.
I don't know it.
On and on. Yeah, it's not for you.
It
would be on in like Project X.
I was thinking of the Depeche Mode song.
Oh no,
which is just shout twice.
Shout. And
then again, though, you do let it all out. Yeah.
And shout. These are the things we can come on.
Yeah, who are you talking to, though?
I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Come on.
Thanks for I wouldn't have known otherwise.
I don't know any other words, so please do not keep going. Depeche Mode. It's
actually Tears for Fears and then Depeche Mode.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know what it is about Tears for Fears and just having their songs done again by other people better over and over again.
Beers for Peers?
Steers for Queers?
Whoa. No.
I don't know. Maybe you're LGBTQ and you're a horse fan.
Nah.
It's completely in. I'm not saying you fuck them.
It's Pete Holmes.
Oh.
Yeah. You went in the complete opposite. I was going in a nice.
We were doing rhymes.
Family-friendly.
Why?
Because he doesn't swear.
I was thinking of R. Kelly at the beginning of this. There's nothing family-friendly about that man.
That's true.
Unless you want to get rid of a kid.
Unless you need to be wet and smell like piss.
Neither of those things are friendly for families, though.
Oh, well, you got a point. That's why it's the.
That's not the performance I'm bringing my son to on a Sunday.
It's the remix edition of a song about pissing. It's the freaking weekend. I don't remember the rest.
I'm about to piss in your mouth.
Well, I mean,
that's what he wanted to sing, probably.
Basically,
the best one ever is when he was in Ethiopia.
No.
And in between songs, he sang, and I quote,
"No.
Do you have your passport?
No.
Did you get your shots?
No.
Do you want to come back home with Rob to America?"
No.
And those are the words that he freestyled. There's nothing free about that. That's slave style.
There's nothing free about that style.
No, that style's the opposite of free.
That's the 20 to lifestyle that I'm not trying to be a part of.
That's prison style.
I was just trying to. Well, what's that one song? Is it does he do Fly Like an Eagle? Is that R. Kelly?
That's Seal.
That's Seal. Okay.
R. Kelly does I Believe I Can Fly.
Yes, that's the all right. So
Which is interesting that both of those are in Space Jam. Like, I get it. He jumps really far, dude. I understand.
And it takes him so long to jump that you have time to play both those fucking songs. That's wild.
Yeah, and stretch his fucking arm to like half court length.
I can fly. Woo! Spread your wings and take
Again.
my piss.
Yeah, again, I don't want R. Kelly to tell me to spread anything because it's never anything I want to spread for him.
Yeah.
It's not peanut butter.
Nah,
unless it's all over my cock when I'm 14.
Yikes. Well, we talked about that for too long. How long was that? That was a good 5-minute talk. And
Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club once again.
That's
how
you know
you forgot where you were
that
because
conversation
of the whiplash.
Ends right there.
Yeah, and that's fine.
What a punctuation. What a period. What a
period point blank.
What an interrobang on the end of that. That was no comma. That ended the conversation.
Yeah. Commas that imply more things. We said all the things. Okay, they've all been said.
That might have been several like Spanish question marks, the ones that are upside down.
That's a very. I need to know the answer right now. If you see that question mark upside down, dude.
That question is so important that there was no time to even make sure the question marks were upright.
It's the same as the exclamation point. It's like, hey. That's how I read that.
You know how I read that? I. It's really weird to put that in at the end of a sentence because it always ends with I.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. What's Spanish doing? You know?
Probably being better than French. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
probably being much better than fucking French.
I'll agree. The hell with that.
Oh, fucking second language they make us speak here. And
I don't know who the fuck from Quebec could possibly be listening to this.
You know, I go to the store and I see things flip the wrong way and I go, what the? I don't even give a shit about this French. I'm gonna take the next product down because I'm not bothering.
I gotta turn this around to no, that's too much work and effort.
Bullshit.
There's a reason I stopped taking that in 9th grade, and it's because my 15-year-old brain was like, "This is fucking dumb."
You know why I stopped taking it in 9th grade? Because that was when they stopped making you take it.
100. It's the same with math, except for 11th.
I mean, let me tell you, je tu,
elle. Yeah.
Vous avez.
You just said me, you, he is, she is. Perfect.
You fucking know
That's
so
all
much. You knew all the words that I know. That's crazy. I thought I knew some deep cuts.
The only one I remember is Essica, je peux. Oh, I forget it.
You're having a stroke.
Aller en toilette, which is, can I go to the bathroom? Because I would ask that in order to go away from class when I was in French class.
Smart.
They would make you ask in French, and it's like, okay, but memorizing one sentence is not a language. I can't use any of these words outside of that order for that sentence.
No. Yeah, that's
toilette.
Right.
That's not just that. That's nothing.
That's a very specific toilette.
Yeah.
Too. And
it's got a bidet. I think every French toilet must have a bidet by law.
The male ones have bidets. The female.
Why don't they? That's 2 holes you got to clean.
I don't know.
If anything, they need it more.
They have a different. They have the ex-ante goo. That's the little hat one on top, I think.
Oh my god, I believe that it is.
Fucking French. Fucking. At least if you go to like Mexico, it's like a fun, effervescent language that's not being muttered at you. And
it comes. Yeah.
It's fizzy. There's. I picture like.
I feel
sun
like
and
I feel
sand.
like I'm at a quetzonera, not getting yelled at a coffee shop.
Not getting ignored because I don't speak French.
Yeah, that's important.
Thanks, Montreal.
Not having to pick up and slam down a guardrail because people think that they're better than me for speaking 2 languages instead of just 1.
Yeah, Montreal. Not
more like mush-triol with your mush mouth.
Literally come back and tell me you forgot my drink. Baloney. You didn't want to get it, did you?
Yeah, I forgot your drink because I am just a boy.
You had to explain the menu to me like a child, and then you just didn't want to get me my drink. I have those feelings too.
Kenny Hotz has the best story. He goes to fucking literal France, right? And he's at a cafe, and he wants a table outside the cafe. So he says, in French, a table on the road. So because he said it like that, they carried a table out to the dead center of the road and went, there you go. Thanks, man. I'm leaving the country.
He's just trying his best every day.
Holy fuck. He said more French probably there than I ever have.
He didn't even say probably like an insulting thing for them to even.
Nah, but like no, it'd be like pronouncing it as wound instead of wound when you're talking about like twine, and then me being like, you fucking retard.
Out in the street with you, pig. You'll eat with the exhaust fumes.
Oh my god.
Which are worse in France because they're so fucking. They think they're so good. Even their cars are like poop 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 coming through.
Their cars are being condescending of something they don't like.
Wah, 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 wah. That's their ambulance coming through.
The wambulance.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to do more impressions of European cars, or should we get into the film of the week?
Oh yeah. Here's my impression of a Moldovan car. Because it's fucking broken. There you go, Eastern Europe. I just decimated you with one joke. Every single one of you. I'm gonna get a bomb dropped on me from a drone.
Oh my god. Yeah, they'd have to tie it to a pigeon anyway. Good luck.
They're gonna tie it to an owl over there.
Fucking welcome to Moldova.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Welcome to Moldova. Sorry.
You'll have to pull really hard on that one. It doesn't work.
It's a push door.
Oh, poor Moldova.
Yeah, nobody comes from there and nobody goes to there, so it's fine. They exist in a bubble. I got a fucking tattoo of a wizard
Nice.
casting a spell as we speak.
I like that shit.
You know? And I went to go see A Day to Remember. For everybody listening to this, because they all know who A Day to Remember is.
Oh, I'm sure that most of them can probably guess.
Yeah, and it was sick. Well, also, I had very high-end Italian food.
Hey.
Because fuck them. Oh, yeah, I call him a butler. It's not. It's a waiter. But because
that's really fucking rude of you.
Because
that's
the restaurant...
Big step down.
The restaurant made me feel like I was fucking Bruce Wayne because it was real ambient. So I just... Alfred. Because the guy... He's like Lurch from the Addams Family. Because he's like 6'7" and he had the most boomingly low voice. Have I told you about the fish specials yet? It's like, Jesus, I don't want to hear him.
Did you ring for me?
Well, yeah, I did. He brought me sparkling water, so I can't even say anything bad about him.
Did he bring you the severed hand that runs about?
What's his name?
Thing?
Thing. Okay, Thing. I get Thing and Cousin It. That's the hairy one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I get them mixed up.
It's a big fucking freak show.
Oh, it sure is, dude. And what's his face from fucking, like, Doc Brown is in it?
Oh, yeah. He's Fester.
Yeah, Uncle Fester, which... What part of you is?
What part of you isn't at this point?
Uncle Fester looks like the kind of uncle you wouldn't want to meet in a park without your mother.
Uncle Fester looks like the fucking word his name rhymes with.
That Fester the Esther, which was the name of my aunt. May she rest in pizza.
Fester the Esther. That's a terrible fucking name.
Just Esther. Just Esther. Just the last part.
Stinky old festering Esther.
Yeah, festering. I'm sure in fucking 1928 when she was a child, that was like what the kids on the playground called her.
Oh, because they would know that word too, because it was old timey and they didn't have any fun words yet.
Yeah, everything was Shakespeare and yeah, multi-syllables.
And just getting hit by a nun, I think.
Getting hit by a gun?
A nun.
A nun, yes.
A nun.
That's right.
That's all I picture is just like that, like, what's that, orphan? You know, any orphan that they've made a play about, is it just nuns hitting orphans?
What, Annie?
Annie, yeah. Oliver, just the first name.
Oh, yeah. Annie or Oliver.
Just fucking, don't nuns... drink the soup. I'm going to hit you with a spoon.
Don't drink this fucking soup. You've had enough of it.
Everybody gets one scoop.
You're going to have diarrhea if you eat more of this soup that I made in the back with gruel.
Trust me, you don't want more of this.
The saliva to your saliva ratio is perfect after one bowl.
Do you wash your hands? Do you think I wash mine?
Have you seen any rendition of a fucking Oliver Twist? Wash your hands where? In the filth? I use this dusty filth to get the dusty filth off my hands. Now it's different, at least.
That's the twist.
Salmonella. Just everyone has it.
Ah, so zesty.
Why do you think your lungs are so bad? You're like huffing coal just constantly.
Well, yeah, the England in the 1800s was mostly smokestacks and just like shitty chimneys that people had to go down inside of.
Let's be honest. England in 1960 was that. England right after World War II was just walking out the side of your house because there's a hole in it from a bomb and going, yeah, and just going back inside and laying down on the floor.
Oh my God. I picture just like, it's like Mary Poppins up until it's just Doctor Who, you know? It's like Mary Poppins, the Beatles, and that's England.
Mary Poppins, the Beatles, and telephone booths.
Needing chimneys to be swept instead of making better chimneys.
Yeah.
And then right up to just like the Beatles and the dude getting like shot going in and out of his apartment.
Dick Van Dyke, 2 swear words in your name, sir. Good job.
Yeah, and he got it right on television.
Yeah, for a long time.
2 swear words and an automobile.
He crashed a car once.
Was it
at
a van?
Age like fucking 75 or
was
something.
Was it a van
like that.
and did he crash it into a dike?
Was
he a real dick about it?
Did we...
Is that how he got his fucking name?
His name's actually Steve.
Dick Van Dam.
And it was like, and I don't remember the news story, but they interviewed him after the crash, and he was kind of just like, "Whoops." Hi, man. Sick.
I'm 75.
He fell asleep or something. It was
well,
like 100%. He's just like, whatever.
He's 75.
You got those keys? Like,
no, I lost them. I'm 75.
I have more milk than I have keys.
And he's only got the milk because of the Alzheimer's. Because he just keeps going back for it.
You know who has
Where's
that?
The milk?
I just learned is Chris Hemsworth. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's gonna go the Bruce Willis way. They're gonna have to feed his lines to him through an earpiece.
Uh-oh. He's gonna have a lot of milk.
He's tons.
I hope somebody gives him a note that says you've already gotten the milk.
More like Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh.
Because of all the bread he'll be making with milk and eggs, because he's got an abundance of both.
How about Mr. Australia Man?
Yeah, and his dumb little brother.
And then like this the one ugly brother. There's a third one, and he's like ugly, but he's a doctor, so it's fine.
It's like the Baldwins.
Yeah,
it's like the Hankses. There's anytime you get to 3 kids, right, and you're the actor, you're the famous actor. 2 of them are gonna do okay, and then one of them makes White Boy Summer.
one of them probably just like diagnoses because he's a doctor. I don't even think he's got anything to do, you know?
Yeah. He's just a regular guy.
He just walks in, he's like, all right, everybody's got AIDS.
Okay, perfect example. Will Smith has a kid from a previous marriage that not even he talks about. No, because
that's gotta hurt.
Because his name isn't a play on either Will or fucking Jada, like his other 2 kids. Willow and Jaden.
She put her foot down on that one, I bet. The mom, she's like, nah, you're not gonna crazy this.
Yeah, that mom was regular instead of a shitty celebrity with alopecia. So his name's probably like Dirk.
Okay.
You know, Dirk Smith.
Well, that would be fine. He's probably doing okay for himself.
Yeah, you'd hope. He's not getting any of that fucking MIB money.
Is anybody anymore? Is there any money left? He's not in. He's
Josh
not in
Brolin. Josh Brolin took the rest.
Fucking right. Well,
asshole.
Certainly.
That big-chinned fuck.
Is Tommy Lee still alive? I don't think so.
Tommy Lee
Jones? Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Sorry, I figured I didn't have to throw Jones on there. We knew who I was.
You did, because
the old man Tommy Lee Jones still alive?
Well, if you had said the old man Tommy Lee, I would still say yes.
Well, he's
like 60.
Yeah, that's fine. That's an okay age to be.
He's also married to Brittany Furlan, so.
No, I'm talking about the guy I get mixed up with Rip Torn a lot. Because they're both like angry old men, and one of them is dead. Which one is it?
Rip Torn.
Oh, it's sad. I was really hoping he was still alive.
Yeah. Well, with a name like that.
Put Tommy Lee back in the Men in Black movies, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, please do that.
Actually,
thanks, Andrew, for the fucking intro song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That too.
You can go to grindhousemovie.club for more of this.
If you really need it.
You could go to darkrosecult.com. It's going to take you to the same fucking place.
Yeah, if you really need it.
Yeah.
I don't know when this is coming out.
I'm going to write a prescription.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
For what?
More of this.
Okay, good.
It's just going to say that.
Perfect.
You can take it anywhere.
And it's just a bottle of papers, and when you take it, it's just more.
Yeah.
More of this.
That's right.
All right. Go to the website. If this is at any time during like Black Friday, there's a sale. So
Oh fuck yeah!
if this is after Black
Is that
Friday,
all those
whoops.
Is that all those percentages I'm seeing on the board there?
Nah, but like sort of. Those are just a lot of percentages, and
Okay.
I've got a beautiful mind board over there.
Yeah, for sure you do.
Yeah.
You're just disappointing Jennifer Connelly by night.
Yeah, my bad. Stop leaving your fucking math problems on the window if
Dude,
you didn't
he
want me to
goes-
marker them.
He goes so long without banging her that she screams in a bathroom. That's a
Oh.
long time.
That must be. I've not seen the movie, but his mind must be beautiful. He must be doing some other shit.
Yeah, no, it is in the way that he thinks that he's being. Well, the whole thing is he's actually insane.
Oh, he doesn't pop like he's just.
Well,
like,
he's real smart, but then also he starts finding codes and just sentences that lead him to believe that the CIA is following him,
and so he doesn't get a boner.
and then he
or
starts to hallucinate.
impotence.
And one of the people he hallucinates is the guy from, Legion.
Sure,
I think it's Legion.
that's a movie.
It's either Legion or the other one about vampires. I don't remember shit.
Well, that's fine.
What movie do we do for the podcast this week, Matt?
Well, I believe we did the film Vert.
Oh,
I'm
skateboarding?
I'm trying to think of the French word for room. Le room. Le room vert.
Nice.
All
All right.
from 2015,
Yeah.
which I will not figure out in French.
So for anybody outside of Quebec, again, that's just green room.
That's just green room, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was fucking easy. Way easier to say. Green room. Wow.
You gotta put a little. I think it's ver also, which is like, all right.
Verte.
Now you're adding silent letters, and I care even less.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why would you even? What the fuck is the point of the T if I'm not gonna pronounce it?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Knives.
Because guess what? I'm gonna pronounce it. Knifes.
Perfect. You got 2 sentences or less for green room?
You know,
Okay.
if you're not ready to really to be famous, just don't bother. What are you doing?
Just don't bother, man.
Just like look. Also, like ask questions about show bookings. How about that?
Just ask questions. How about
Yeah.
start there?
How about again? You know what?
Ask questions that are more than just, okay, where is it?
What was the last movie where I had this? Where there's a swastika, you shouldn't stick around. Same thing. I've already used it, but I don't care.
Doesn't matter. It was probably Frankenstein's Army.
It probably was Frankenstein's Army.
My 2 sentences or less. I have 2. Okay, the first one is this movie might have green in the title, but everyone in it sure does hate color. And
Oh my god.
I have another one. A true underdog story, especially because of how many people die under dogs.
Those are both good. I like
Right?
them both. All right.
Green Room. Patrick Stewart is a Nazi.
Patrick Stewart uses some language.
Oh, he uses that
Look,
language.
First of all, all right.
I'm surprised Quentin Tarantino didn't cast him for Django
I didn't realize Patrick Stewart played PUBG.
or COD.
Jeez, I didn't realize Patrick Stewart was a gamer.
Yeah.
So, well, I was surprised to. Well, I had to go back and make sure that's what he said because
Yeah.
he really
How about the
muttered
second
it.
time? Did you just take his word for it?
There was a second time.
Oh yeah. There's 2.
He says it twice.
Yeah.
He's Look, if you're gonna say the word in a movie, make it a good movie. You know. Like I'm not saying that this is a bad movie,
Right.
but I'm saying like, you know, if I'm Patrick Stewart. And I'm going to say it. You know, it's going to be in a film.
To say it. My Patrick Stewart is basically Patrick Stewart in American Dad.
he
This
basically.
is all the towel I need.
I think I'm going to say the word today. I mean, if you're going to say the word, like, make it in like a movie. People are be like, wow, Lord of the Rings. I can't believe he said it. In Lord
you
of the
mean
Rings.
like a movie where it's a surprise that he said it?
No, well, it's just like a movie that people remember because I've never heard of this movie up
Oh,
until this, you
right.
know.
Yeah.
And here you got Patrick Stewart saying the N-word in it.
Yeah, a bunch.
How have I not known about that?
Once he says it once when he's in the process of framing black people for bad drugs. And then he says it again when he's warning somebody about how the bad drugs I just framed black people for are bad.
Okay, I caught the second one.
Yeah. There's one before that.
So Patrick Stewart's in this film.
Yeah, he is.
And then they really tried to do the thing where they're like, who's this guy coming out? They filmed the back of his head like you don't know it's Patrick Stewart. And he's like, and he just says something and it's Patrick Stewart.
You can hear the voice, you just know.
You put his name in the fucking credits. He's
this
got to pop
movie-
up.
In this movie, he is a skinhead, which is just great casting because that's the opposite of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
You just go, all right, go.
Shave the rest of it. Around the sides, Patrick. The whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I don't want this Friar Tuck in my movie.
I'm Patrick Stewart.
I'm Patrick Stewart.
In X-Men, I sat down.
A lot.
Oh, Christ. All right. Well, just wanted to warn everybody that if you ever wanted to see if you ever really wanted to hear that word come out of a very distinguished,
Yeah. Dapper.
distinguished voice.
He may be knighted. The Queen of England signed off on that.
The Queen of England finally saw Green Room and she was like, oh my God, I've made a mistake and died. That's what happened. They say it was because she was old, but nah.
She died of outrage.
He said, what?
Oh my God.
And then it was the
table.
second time that got her.
Fuck.
Again! Ooh. And then Mr. Bean comes in and he's just like, he jerks off on there.
Yes, and he says nothing.
Fuck, shit's wild in England.
Damn.
Anyway, this movie doesn't take place there. It takes place in Virginia?
Shitty Virginia. I'm sure. Just pick a racist state.
Oh, no, it's near Portland. So
Oregon.
They just come from Virginia?
Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter where they come from.
I saw a license plate at some point.
So this is an A24 movie. And
Great movie, A24. How'd you get Patrick Stewart to say the N-word?
Because
did you
they
trick
had,
him?
and this is, I don't know the chronology, but I'm pretty sure, no, it's like 2011, right? So it's totally before Hereditary.
Did he even put up a fight?
He was probably excited at the opportunity.
Was he like, can I say another word?
It's like, they didn't let me say this on the Enterprise.
And there were plenty of times.
And there was one right nearby is probably why.
I would have said it to the whole planet.
Every alien I meet is the same.
Oh, here comes another.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Green Room.
So A24 is what also produces Ari Aster's movies, which is why I brought up Hereditary. And also fucking, Midsummer. They have a bunch of other ones. Most of them are great. I looked at the list. There was one that is a piece of shit, but I can't remember what it was because it's forgettable. Let me just fix the coffee theft issue from Cats that I'm currently experiencing. I'm just going to play musical cups today. I put it down, she picks it up,
Mm-hmm. She puts her snout in it anyway. She tries.
This movie starts with just, now I'm going to say a lot of things it's going to make it sound like I hate punks and punk music.
Okay, me too.
But let me tell you, I don't.
Oh no, I hate these punks and this punk music. How's that for you?
Bad drivers number one. I mean, if you're going to fall asleep behind the wheel of a vehicle, it's best to do it while you're driving beside a cornfield. Because, at least, there's a cushion.
I think car versus corn, car wins every time.
Car would win, but, it'll slow you down naturally. Well, the stocks get like fucking in your axles and stuff.
Oh yeah, fair.
It's like a spike strip. It's very safe.
It's like a very, very vegetable-y spike strip.
And like these people play very loud, abrasive music. Maybe put some on when you're driving at night.
Hey, you're in a big old van. Pull over.
What's
take a nap. Rush?
Take a nap on the side of the road like you do.
Like you do.
These people just do that anyway, probably.
There's nothing punk rock about falling asleep at the wheel, everybody. All right? Let's be real. There's nothing punk rock about that.
No.
All
unless you're on the highway to hell.
Unless you're on the highway to hell, in which case you're already dead.
Yeah.
And you're gonna meet Satan regardless.
Yeah. Then get your winks in, bro.
Get him in, because Satan's got a plan for all of us. So yeah, we wake up in first of all, because of like they're in a cornfield. All you see is green through the window. I'm like, is this the green room? Where are we?
Everywhere
What's
they
happening?
go is the green room.
It was a very confusing intro to a movie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, the van is full of sleepy fellas, is what I wrote.
Well, sleepy fellas, and then one maybe from Arrested Development. The chick that Michael Cera wants to fuck so bad, just right in this movie.
Yeah. Maybe Fiunke.
Yeah.
I realized they call her maybe because isn't there at some point they're like, is she actually a Fiunke?
Pardon me?
Because Michael Cera's like, he's like having an inner struggle. Is she his cousin or is she not? Can he fuck her?
Yeah, sure.
And her fucking name is Maybe.
Yeah, maybe the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah. That was worse than the Jim and Pam, will they or won't they? I'll be honest. Just let the two teens fuck. Just get it out of the way in the first season so I don't have to think about it more.
Yeah, let's just get it done in the eyes of God.
You know?
All right? Let God see this.
Let the Lord see it on the Sabbath day.
Let the Lord experience exactly what the Lord doesn't want to happen. Anyway, so...
Yeah.
We wake up in a cornfield with Maybe.
Yeah. That is what we do. Okay, this is fine because I've seen the movie like 4 times and I remember most of it.
I didn't write much for this intro because it was boring.
I wrote so much.
They're just
for
like,
this
oh,
whole movie period. This might be I'm more for this than the fucking VHS.
Me too.
Actually, like maybe a little bit less. But
I did
it's
too.
on par.
It's a lot. I wrote a lot, but also
there's a lot that happens.
There's a lot, but then there's also like not.
Yeah, there's a lot of scene description, mostly for my own memory, because it essentially takes place in one location, the whole movie.
There's a lot of montage.
There is that, yeah.
So we look up that there's a skating rink 11 miles away.
Yeah, because they're out of gas.
Yeah, but and you're like, well, why are they going there? What's up with that? And then you find out they're going there to suck gas out of tanks.
That's right.
Which is when you see that, it's also 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is at the hockey rink at 7 a.m?
People are just doing their damn job. People have just driven to their job. They're preparing the rink for the day.
Oh, yeah.
The day's events.
Let me run the Zamboni for no one so that this ice can be fucking pristine again for another day.
Yeah.
Untouched virgin ice.
And, like, you know that guy doesn't get paid great. So you're just taking food out of somebody else's mouth so that you could go play a show in a diner where there's food. Yeah. The first mistake I noticed is that they asked the driver, whose name is Tiger.
Sure,
I believe his name is Tiger.
I didn't get a single name. All I got was Mangle Arm. And maybe and Mangle Arm.
It is Tiger. I had half a mind to call him Topher Grace the whole movie.
Sure.
This guy, okay.
White guy.
Holy shit! Thank you.
It was just a sea of milquetoast. I'll tell you that.
Here we go. You would take
crackers.
You take Tom Holland, Timothy Chalamet, Ezra Miller, fucking Tobey Maguire, Topher Grace, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Elijah Wood and Dale Radcliffe, and you just shove them into a blender, and you get this boy.
To be honest, you get all 3 of these boys.
Yeah.
Pour them into molds.
Tiger's one driving, he fell asleep.
Sure.
And they're like, hey, is the car dead? And he goes, you hear the radio? Hey, just because the radio's playing, and I speak from experience, doesn't mean when you shut the car off, it'll turn on again. That requires a little bit more battery than just the radio, guys.
Yeah, and generally when you leave it going all night, the battery dies.
That's true. It does do that.
Pretty immediately.
Sometimes when you're a piece of shit battery, you'll die after an hour.
Hey, you know what? Fuck piece of shit batteries.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
That cost me a ton of money to fix.
Fuck that. Did you say fuck that to them?
I said fuck that to the guy saying, well, I can't fit you in today, by interrupting him and being like, I'm just going to do it myself. Because I know they were going to charge hundreds to unplug 2 things and plug them back in on a different box. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, thanks. I'm good.
You'd be like, I'm going to touch all the knobs, too.
A 20-year-old boy on YouTube taught me how to do that shit in 10 minutes. It's fine.
Isn't that rough? Isn't that rough when it's like a young one? They're like, just like, no, I'm going to show you how to do this.
Whatever. I don't... If it were something that I was legitimately interested in being good at, then yes. But not car maintenance? He's just wasting his life early. That's fine.
Today I'm going to show you how to drive a car.
What's the name of that blue puppet from Wonder Chosen? Because that's what that sounds like.
I've never seen it.
Fuck, you'd like that show, probably.
Oh, I've seen clips. I probably might.
Fucking, radio mistake. Whoops. At least give it a test by cranking the ignition, turn the ignition over before you just leave to get gas in a car that might not work.
Hey, you know what?
It's a lot of thumbs you're wasting pedaling that bike.
Call AA. Get a professional out here.
And I like that they have the rear seat, which means that they probably do that. Also, they packed a bike. How about instead, pack gas?
How about instead, pack your instruments? Where the fuck are your instruments?
They don't have much. The largest thing they have there is like drums.
How do you know these people are in a band? You don't until later. You just know it's people. It's a van full of sleepy fellas and maybe.
I saw that, and maybe I saw that. That's her answer to any one of these three guys being like, "Are you good to go?"
Maybe. Nah,
JK. Natalie Portman-ing it.
So fucking they siphoned this gas, and now I kind of get they were like, oh, is it a hockey rink or is it a roller skating rink?
Yeah.
They wanted to go. They were more amped to go to the roller skating rink because they didn't think roller skaters could kick their ass.
I tell ya.
If they got caught stealing gas.
And like the guy who goes, I don't know, I've seen those roller derby chicks. Yeah, I get whooped.
Oh, for sure.
Pick any one of them. Honestly,
they get some momentum behind them. They're wrecking balls. But like I liked how they just kind of. They said all those things, and then I got it later, you know?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't fed to me with a siphon. Though I wasn't strapped down and held open and had it pour down my throat. I was like, I get the conversation now.
So a cool thing about this movie and a marker of a good film is that there will be references to dialogue from previously in the film. But unless you're paying attention, you're not going to notice because the movie itself doesn't call any attention to that shit.
No.
It just exists there for people who care to listen. And there's a lot of that in this.
Good. Well,
little fucking throwaway lines that come back later. And they either become important or don't. But most of them just don't. It's just like a fun little, oh, yeah, I remember that from 10 minutes into the movie.
Haha. Driving montage.
Yes, driving. I do like that the majority of the driving scenes are shot like the intro to The Shining.
Yeah,
like
top
anytime
down.
that's super ominous, like you know what you're getting into and it's not good.
Yeah.
If you see that shot.
You kind of want to be driving away from trees. And then these guys are thick in them.
Yeah. They're like, these aren't thick enough, these woods. I want to get lost and endangered.
So, we cut to, if you're reading the cell phone, it's a dude texting these people. And they're in a band called The Ain't Rights.
Yeah.
And they are driving in a van.
They are doing all these things.
They're at the corner of this and this, and this guy says, "I've got a mohawk."
Yeah.
Immediately, oh, shit. Let me autocorrect that to mohawk. By
Yeah.
the time he gets that out, they're already here.
Yep. He didn't even need to send that first misspelled text because they'd be right down the street. You just stick your hand out. Hey, it's me. You know how I wrote right here a very important point. Punk music, one of the few communities where crashing at a stranger's place is safer if they're wearing a uniform. Anyway, you can see that guy from fucking space, and you go, yeah, that's our guy, because he is.
Yeah.
Because he looks how he looks.
Well, look at the hair.
Cool.
First of all, didn't need to also autocorrect it as well, because, they're punks.
Oh, I know what you meant to spell. No other word is spelled like that, and none of us are Native American.
Have you seen a mohawk around here? I'm looking for an asshole.
He's like, all I have is a mohawk, sorry.
Anyway, so that's that. And then he's like, yeah, so I got to go to work. I work nights, so I'll be here for breakfast.
Yeah. Go into my place and do what you want.
Go in my house and have sex or something.
It's a high level of trust.
Yeah, I'm just a stranger. Please be in my place.
And I don't, the only house rule is back your fucking van up against the wall so nobody steals your shit in the night. All right.
It's a great rule.
It's an awesome rule. Thanks for the heads up.
They
go right in there.
And
then they go right into his fridge and take beers. That's the first thing that happens.
I mean, well, the first thing that happens is they thumb through his vinyl collection.
They're being judgmental.
And he's like, oh, this guy's legit. And then I don't know what's up this one guy's butt, but he's like, oh, you mean because he wakes up at 5 a.m. and puts jizz in his hair?
Oh, you mean the guy who looks and acts like the criminal brother from House of Wax?
Sure.
Because that's what he looks and acts like.
I'm talking about the one that uses the word jizz instead of saying cum, which is nice. It's nice to hear. Nobody says jizz anymore.
It is. And that one, it has a little flair to it, you know?
Yeah, jizz.
You say jizz, it comes with a sparkle. Cum sounds like something you're not wanting to get.
Yeah, like cum is filthy. Jizz?
Yeah.
Jizz is nice.
Yeah. If I tell you I'm gonna jizz, I would never tell you that. I would never tell anybody that. Not with those words.
Bring it back. Bring back the word jizz is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Pop jizz. That's what I say.
Pop jizz. Do you A, open your mouth, or B, close your eyes? C, all of the above. Bo!
I like that in this scenario I'm giving the person I'm with the benefit of multiple choice.
That's right.
It's not a short answer.
Yeah.
At least I'm nice about it.
You always go all of the above. That's...
I don't know if I have enough in me for that.
I want you to soak all of the above.
I'm not capable of lacquering a table.
I hope you've been eating whatever makes you cum lots. Pineapples and... I don't know.
Fuck.
Just your cum still, I think. I heard on YouTube that if you just eat it, you come more later.
Sure.
Lots of milk.
That's horrifying.
Just put white stuff in.
Just put white things in snow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're here we are at a stranger's house drinking his fucking beers.
Yeah, and annoying his neighbors with my loud as fuck music. That
Oh
I'm playing
yeah. One guy's like, I'm going right to bed. And I really liked how we didn't need to see the party scene. We didn't need to see them drink.
Doesn't matter.
They throw on a record. It's like 1, 2, 3, and just loud music. And it cuts.
Beautiful.
Yeah, right to the record being all the way at the end, and it's 5. It must be breakfast because
they went to Betty
is
by,
back.
You know, it took one record, so like 30 minutes of drinking, and okay, everybody sleeps now.
Hey, well, I mean, they've been on the road.
Oh, it's a vinyl too, which means unless they flip the side over, you only get like 7 songs. So it's actually less than half an hour.
And also, if you bump it, it goes.
They shotgunned like 3 beers apiece and passed out immediately.
Oh yeah. And then, well, I mean, not before defacing their friend's face because he answers the door.
Which heaviest fucking sleeper, because that guy looks like, you know, the lizard dude with the puzzle pieces tattooed everywhere.
Are they puzzle pieces? I thought it was just blue.
There's like really tiny lines, so if you look up close, you could tell it's puzzles.
I would never get close.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm
because
sorry.
You'd die.
No. I feel like he smells.
Probably.
I feel like him and the alien guy both have a stink to them.
Hopefully it's bearded dragon.
They got a lot of orifici that they've made.
Orifices?
And they better be taking care of them.
Yeah, they're not.
That's all I'm saying.
No, they're busy trying to push their subdermals back into place every morning.
You just fall asleep and they just come out your eye sockets.
Yeah, it's like pushing a hernia back in. So you can keep walking around for a couple hours longer.
I'm gonna tell you, if you got to push it back in, no, I'm sorry. Go to the hospital.
Fuck, that's funny.
If something's trying to get out of you, you should see a doctor.
Yeah, sometimes it needs out.
I don't know if you paid attention to what they wrote on this guy's face.
No.
So he was obviously the first one to pass out.
I'm sure it was rude things.
It was the word butt.
Oh, nice.
That was the only thing I could make out. It was across his forehead.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a penis.
There might have been. He washed it away too fast, but the word butt stayed on his forehead.
That's how you know it's not real Sharpie also. It didn't take him half an hour of on-screen time to get it off his face.
Yeah, no, it took just water.
This guy, I guess, is exchanging room and board for a radio interview for his college and also for his cool little zine that he probably self-produces at Staples.
And I think he's also arranging a show for these guys later in the afternoon.
Yeah, and that show fell through. 20-somethings. So this whole radio interview is like, okay, well, I mean, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter half of it, but why no social media? And then the guy's like, he rattles off this fucking answer, okay? And I agree with it because his whole point is, look, it's not supposed to be necessarily recorded and saved, okay? Live show is a one-time experience, and then it disappears into the ether, and that's how experiences should be.
Sure, if you're good.
That's right. But sort of the point of punk music is to be the opposite of that. Because like it was a response to like super overproduced like hair metal basically, and like shit like Journey and stuff. So like, okay, we're just gonna be crunch. We're just gonna be the embodiment of eating a chip, and you can fucking sit there and listen. And also, Gigi Allen digs into his own asshole and throws shit all over the place.
Would you like to hear what I wrote?
Yeah.
I don't need to write anything. I don't need to write anything they're saying. Just know that these people would be very hard to be in the same room with.
Oh, they're going to be talking about nihilism for like way too long.
They think they're so cool with their zero social media presence. And he's like, when you take it virtual, you lose the texture. You just got to be there. And then it's like, he starts asking him, what's your desert island band? And it turns into, let's just name a bunch of bands.
Yeah, it is that.
Let's just all name 100 things that are all different. So we all sound like we all, we're so cultured because, a little bit of everything.
And we're naming like obscure ones that you're not, you haven't heard of because we're true punks.
Oh, it inspires me screaming shitty fucking bullshit into the microphone.
Yeah, I only like bands that I find by walking past an alley at 11:30 p.m. and they're playing in it.
Yeah,
nobody knows it but me.
The only bands I like are on one cassette tape ever, and you got to go to a guy's house to hear it.
And he pulls it out of a backpack.
And then they only come around once a year.
And he drops his shrooms on the floor and goes, whoops.
But if you need some of those, it's...
extra.
Yeah, I don't have much fucking...
I wrote 20-somethings being philosophical, although while raising a good point, still just sound like Jaden Smith when his dad doesn't tell him to shut up on Ellen. Have you ever seen that fucking interview with Jaden Smith and Will?
No.
And I didn't mean to bring it up earlier because it's in the notes. It's just a coincidence. It was during Jaden's like breakout phase where he was like slowly becoming an adult. So like he did After Earth with his dad, which is a piece of shit movie. That was entirely just to make him an actor, but it failed because he's not one and sucks.
Can't say I ever watched it.
But like, so his formative years are happening while they're doing like press junket for this movie. And he's going on fucking Ellen and shit being like, zero's not technically a number.
He thinks he's Jim Carrey.
What is the universe really if not our own perception? And then Will in the back, because he doesn't want to disparage his son, he's like, deep. Nah, dude, shut it. That's when Will should step in and unleash that slapping hand. Shut.
Keep them nonsense words out your mouth.
Fucking
whap.
His tutor at homeschool showed him a political science book once, and now he fucking's got the mysteries to everything.
I think he just smokes weed.
Probably. Well, now.
That sounds like the ideas that you come up with when you're fucking high by yourself.
Yes.
Or you're high with your friends. They're the ideas of somebody who is smoking weed right now. He just smoked it
right now.
And he couldn't not say it out loud.
He hit the pen right before coming out onto Ellen.
Oh my God.
It's like, whoa, shit.
The Benjamin.
Ellen degenerate. I understand. Okay, yeah, let's do the DIY like elements of like realer punk music, like crust punk and shit, like Leftover Crack and fucking the Dead Kennedys and stuff. By like, the band fell through because somebody took a vomit shit on the floor.
Oh yeah.
So I can't go there anymore. I burned that bridge with feces.
His last. Oh, I wrote. The show the band was supposed to play was canceled while they were on the way. That was the whole thing. Like, they were already on the way, and it was.
Honestly, just text me anyway, because I'll turn around.
Yeah. Well, they're very hard to get a hold of. Apparently, they don't look at their fucking phone until they're right in front of you. So I wrote. Apparently, the last show this guy hosted was a G.G. Allen tribute show, because they pulled the permits because of shit and vomit.
Some fecal matter, he called it.
Yeah. So why did they wait until then to pull it? Why didn't they pull it immediately upon seeing the piss and vomit and shit on the floor?
That's a great question.
They were like, well, we'll get them next time. Ooh.
Those meddling kids.
You shit and vomited on our floor in the community center?
At the community center.
This is where the elderly shuffleboard on Wednesdays.
This is not what we locked you in here for.
Oh, boy, let's have a fucking another afternoon punk show. How punk of us. We all get to bed at a good hour, huh?
He's fucking like, I got another one lined up for you. And I like that they made a point of explaining how difficult this band, the Eight Rights, is to find and book in the way that all I need to do to see them is be hungry at 9.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking diner. It's a diner where nobody cares but one guy.
They're the headliner at the diner. And there ain't no diner finer than the one where this garbage band's the headliner.
Where you get rice and beans as payment.
Yeah.
And $6
each.
Great.
Yeah, thanks.
I do, but this is an example of the callback shit I'm talking about. They're talking about how it's supposed to be a singular experience, and then they yell at the one guy recording on his phone. So it's like, yeah, at least they're consistent.
Listen, this guy was so fucking angry about having to put on that show and getting paid $6. How about make a Twitter?
No.
Tell people where the fuck you are.
No.
I don't know. I don't know how to help you other than Make a goddamn Twitter.
They're not. They're totally fine with toiling in obscurity as long as there's a drive-through somewhere.
Don't make a fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't
at this
you
point.
dare. No.
At
Make
this
a
point,
Threads.
Make a Threads or a Bixby. What's this new one?
I don't fucking care.
I'm
it's
on it.
Threads or it's nothing for me.
All
at
right.
this point,
Just make a
it changes
Threads.
fucking hands more than an orphan you don't want. So I don't know what's the good social media. All I know is I use Instagram, so Threads is right there.
Yeah, I'm sick of being shuffled around. So I'm just gonna claim my name and that's that. But don't make a Twitter.
These chicks on OnlyFans are taking the huge pay hit over moving over to Fansly. All right, who am I to say I'm better than them?
Make an Instagram, promote your fucking diner show a little
I already
bit.
see nakeds on Instagram as it is, regardless of whether or not I look them up.
Well, you know what my problem is when I go on Twitter, I see people dying.
Yeah.
And just like
I do see that on
like
Twitter.
that, and it's like not even like a meme. It's just like here's this video.
Here's a video of death, just straight up. We're live leak now.
Do you want to see what happened while you were sleeping?
Yeah.
A lady got smushed.
We changed our priorities over on Twitter. You could watch somebody, get buried underneath a semi truck, just as long as Trump's not in the status. The word Trump.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Anyway, promote your fucking show. If you're so mad about your $6, how about tell people you're at the diner?
Yeah. I do like that. It does look like they're actually playing their instruments. That's rare in movies.
I didn't even see instruments.
Well, there were some.
Yeah, I saw the necks of guitars dip into frame.
Yeah. There's you can see chords, and then also like I was watching the drummer a little bit. Looks like he's actually playing. The vocalist when he's screaming, that seems like he's mic'd, like it's not in post.
Yeah, and because it's shitty.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. At least it's real, which is like their whole point.
They really got their fucking their pants heaved up real high for being such a shitty fucking band. Oh, we're so good, but we can't play anywhere that's not in a diner. How come this Mohawk guy can't get us a good show? We have to fucking play in a diner and at a Nazi bar.
In fairness to these guys, for $6.87, I wouldn't even string a guitar, let alone play one.
Yeah, I think
if you had told me what my cut was up front, I'd have been like, "Hey, see ya."
For sure, I think that's why he didn't.
You know what's free? Siphoning gas at my ass home. Home with that.
You know what's free? Just living in the van now.
Yeah.
Outside the diner.
We're just in it. It's fine.
Give me the beans.
Give me those fucking beans now.
So yeah, fucking maybe if you bother promoting your own shows, your singer wouldn't have to throw this guy up against the diner and scream at him over $6 and a bag of beans. Christ.
It is a bag. It's a dirty Angel's Diner bag of beans and rice.
Two dirty bags, and it's probably, it's just in the bag too.
If it's in a fucking container, that container has holes.
If it's in a container, that container had other things in it earlier in that day. They didn't have a spare one for you.
Yeah.
They paid you $6, so times are tough at the diner.
So this guy's trying to redeem himself a little bit and being like, well, let me call my cousin, and I might be able to get you something more real here.
Yeah, I love your band so much that it took me till now to call my cousin who could for sure get you a better show than this diner.
Even though I knew about this shit, my cousin existed before I got kicked out of the other venue.
Yeah, thanks for playing my diner show. Now, I guess I could get you an actual paying gig at a bar where Patrick Stewart says the N-word.
By the way, play your older stuff, when you sucked worse.
By the way, don't listen to everything Patrick Stewart says, because sometimes he puts the N-word in there.
Yeah, and sells drugs.
For sure he does.
I liked the by the way, or like what are they gonna like our music, or however the fuck they phrase it, and then he's like, maybe just play your old stuff.
Yeah.
Play your old stuff from when you were 17 and so angsty that it was basically black metal. Because let's be honest, it's a punk venue, but every other band's playing black fucking metal or grindcore. Everyone around them is like way heavier shit than just punk. I don't care. Like, if you're going to stack up death metal against any genre of punk music, one's going to be audibly heavier.
It's true.
I'm not saying that shit is an elitist. I'm saying that like as somebody who understands composition.
Well, yeah, if you had like people other than like maybe Funke on whatever instrument she's playing.
And she's the only woman in the band, so she insists on getting on the microphone for equality, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't her. No, it was just a shitty guy going, fucking punk. So yeah, they this guy gives them their like show flyer as well. He's like, I usually keep the originals, but you know, because of it didn't happen, here's the show flyer I drew.
Yeah.
And then
I
guess,
drew this.
So is it the lead singer? Who's the guy? Who's the Grumpy Gus?
The Grumpy Gus is the drummer.
All right, so the drummer's like, I gotta tell you something that I've never told anybody else my entire life.
Yeah.
He fucking farts, and I had a good laugh right there.
So here's why Here's why I'm on the side of them trying to make enough money to get out of the van and not live in it, is because then you'd have to live with that.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it's a van, dude. Only 2 of those windows roll down.
That's fair.
The other one's like, they do that little crack open like a bus window.
I would
not enough.
Open the back doors and just drive, you know?
Yep.
Just
and kick them out.
Refresh the entire van.
Fuck.
So, yeah, Mohawk guy's got him set up with his cousin for oh my God, a matinee.
Yeah.
Matinee, which is French for a show during the day.
A super early show.
Yeah, where the doors open at 1 p.m.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Who the fuck is who at 1 p.m.?
Who's ready to listen to people scream into your ear loudly at 1 p.m.?
Well, no, but like, who's like, yeah, let's go to that show at 1 p.m. Where then it's gonna end, and then we do what after?
Well, it's people who have nothing better to do than hate Jews, as it turns out.
Yeah, that is correctamundo.
That's exactly who has the freest amount of time in the day.
People who
hate money.
Have a lot of right angles tattooed on their forearms and foreheads.
Sometimes they cross around, you know?
They all, the letter L, and it meets in the middle a lot.
And if they roll around on the ground real fast, it looks like a windmill. Or a pinwheel.
And like, you could probably argue that it's like, it's no, you can't argue with it. It's a swastika. It's a swastika, and you know what it is.
Yeah,
it's not even on an angle where you're like, okay, it's the Buddhist one. It's the angry, upright, and hating Jews one.
I wrote here because I don't know if you caught this guy's name who was booking the fucking gig for them.
Dan.
Tad.
So, oh yeah, Tad is Mohawk.
Tad, yes.
Tad.
That's right.
Tad.
Great name for a person.
Wicked name. Definitely not his full name. It's probably Theodore.
I'm sure it is, dude. It's Theodore, and his parents are fucking very disappointed.
Theodore Wellington McSpike.
Well, he fits the part then.
I'm Tad McSpike. I got big boots, and I draw pictures. College.
Fucking... when they show up to this venue on the marquee, it's got to be on purpose that whoever put the little rearrangeable letters up on the fucking white lit board changed their name from Ain't Rights to Aren't Rights. Probably on purpose, given the implications.
Yeah.
Given the Nazi implications of this building.
Let's just say when they asked about the audiences at the show, he said, boots and braces, right wing. I mean, technically ultra left, whatever that means.
I don't fucking know.
I'm guessing if it's a spectrum, you're going so far on the other end that you bust around through the other side.
Yeah, it's like an Ouroboros. You've eaten your own tail at this point.
You're shitting it out your own self.
I figured it out just now as I was saying it. As a matter of fact, I figured out why it says aren't rights on there.
All right.
They just didn't have enough letters to put trans rights in the front.
Oh,
there, Nazis.
Boom. That's something they would disagree with because they're Nazis.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, yeah, don't talk about politics, and like that's the big bit of advice that he gives them.
Yeah. Okay. Why not? Hey, Tad. Why not? Oh, better way to phrase that question. Okay, if I were to broach the subject of politics, where should I be standing?
Far away. At a range, I think.
What should be my stance when I bring that up?
Fighting.
I'm sure you mean very accommodating and open to other points of view, right?
Because they will be as well.
Oh, they will. Okay, good.
And if you don't understand all of the beating around the bush that we are doing, because we're just, the bush is so...
It's beaten.
It's so...
It's mulch at this point.
It's the opposite. It's such a good bush. It's such a thick and luscious bush.
It's a very full bush.
So it's taking a lot of beating around for you to see through it.
Right.
Maybe goes, are they going to be burning crosses here at the show? Just to give you an idea of the implications of...
Yeah.
who's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Because we've already told you what word Patrick Stewart says.
And let me tell you, if maybe was like 2 shades darker, the answer would be yes.
Yeah.
All right?
Maybe don't go.
Maybe don't go. When they show up and they're unloading and shit, the dude from Freddy vs. Jason immediately gets his back up the second whether or not he's dating another girl is asked, which I'm like, hey, okay, so that's important to note. Why is he being so aggressive suddenly just because somebody was like, is that your girl over there?
Yeah, explain that to me again, because I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't catch a fucking word that guy said, and all of a sudden he was just mad.
Yeah, because you called attention to that woman. That woman's name, and it's not going to make any difference to you, but we see that woman later with an extra hole, is what I'll say.
Did he? Because I didn't see her at all ever, and he was all I heard was like from, and then he's just like, "Don't you?
Yeah,
you call me Daniel and not Dan, because I'm a grown adult."
The girl he's asking about is the one that's taking a nap on the floor later.
Yeah, you just don't see her at all. You just hear some mumbling, and then all of a sudden, angry Nazi stuff.
Yeah, you kind of just see what's so like. There's a very brief shot of her like at another vehicle. That's
sure.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'll give it to you. So there's a lot of driving. They drive to the show. It takes a long time. It takes a day.
Yeah.
They like stop and have a fire.
I like that you're just gonna have to dip closer to Portland. Oh, do you mean drive across the country closer to Portland? Because it took a day, Tad.
Yeah, you mean go out of our way to see
Again?
swastikas on the wall?
Commit more theft of gas?
All right, Tad. Thanks for the $18.
The second I hear any political, like extremely political leanings whatsoever, I'm like, hey, I'm not playing that. I just won't play there.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me my beans. I'm leaving.
How about this? I show up and it's a compound in the middle of the woods where
Yeah.
shipping containers are just kept.
Mm-hmm.
What's
in those? We don't ask questions like that around here.
We're not gonna let them out yet. It's not time. I'm good. Like I'm fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I missed the turn. Sorry, we just kept going.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry,
Shitty.
we didn't play your racist show.
They aren't even on the set list that fucking Imogen Poots picks up later. That's her name. I want you to know that in real life.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call her maybe.
Other girl.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who the
Grimes cut.
Sure.
Okay.
I called her blonde
That's fine.
because of the color of her hair, you see.
Interestingly enough, her name's Amber.
Yep. I know that, but I still called her blonde because
That's fine.
I don't.
Yep.
It was too late when we threw the word Amber in there, and then
It
later I'd
matters
be like,
not.
who the fuck
Yeah.
is that?
All that would do is alert you.
Yeah, exactly. To this fucking van driving across the country.
A brief explanation of the rules of this venue. Don't you fucking ever put anything in the hallway and leave it.
Oh my God, Patrick Stewart will say the N-word about it.
He will. Woo, boy, oh boy. He'll get madder than if he sees one of them.
Oh my God, and he does later. He's like, that's a fire hazard.
Yeah, he stops everything to say that. He stops, murdering basically to just be like, that's a fire hazard.
But it's not. He doesn't do anything about it.
No,
he just is like, that's like an autistic person. That's a fire hazard.
It's beneath him.
Yep, that's right. To shuffle something out of the way.
That's the most important part about the explanation of the rules of the venue. The more important part is the very nice stickers and writing inside of the green room itself.
Oh, did you take note of a lot of the band names?
I took note of a couple band names. I was more interested in the very prominently displayed F word, and it's not the one I can say without regret or remorse.
Oh, you mean fascist?
Yeah, well, it was after that, but...
Yeah, I didn't even write that one down. I just knew that the word fascist was there, and then there were a couple angry G's.
I saved my capitalist letters for that.
It's good. Good.
Right, and then also, like, right underneath that, written, somebody is a huge fan of Chris Titus's comedy special, Love is Evil.
Oh,
Because they just wrote that on the e-wall.
Good. Great. What I got some band stickers. So you got the band Quick Comer. It's good there. You got Nipple Fits. Pot to Piss In. Stubbed Toe.
Nice. That always sucks, right?
Kaiser Crusade.
Yeah, I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Chaffed Mamas.
Chaffed.
And then one sticker was covered by a couple other stickers, and the only thing I could make out there, Jay, on that sticker was 3 letters and a word. Now, the word was fucker. The 3 letters, however, were GER. And so lager.
Yeah.
Lager fucker, I guess.
Lager, yeah.
Then,
it must be that.
And then there was
you know what it is? It's mugger fuck. He just doesn't like people who try to take your wallet at night.
That's right. Fucking don't mug me, you mugger fucker. I'll fuck your mother, you mugger fucker.
Yeah, perfect.
There's the classic, and now I see this bumper sticker everywhere I go. I'm sure you do a lot too. Anti-racist equals anti-white. Don't forget who the real victims are.
Anti-racist equals anti-white.
Don't forget who the real victims are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was one on the vanity that just said Hitler.
Well.
Because, it's like they sprinkle it. It's like a little bit here, a little bit there. And just in case nobody's getting it, Hitler!
Yeah.
Hitler right there!
I'm surprised there wasn't like a thumbs up beside it.
Just a fucking smiley emote and just a clip art yeah!
The upside down one.
Christ.
Hitler.
And then they somebody wrote, or somebody says they run a tight ship, except it's a U-boat.
Good. That's funny. Toby Hooper, not Toby Hooper, that's the dude who plays fucking Jason Voorhees or whatever. The Topher Grace character here, it's obvious he's looking at the Confederate flag and goes, "Hey, I have an idea." All right?
And there's no idea, is there?
I don't know. I don't think you get to see it.
No, well, I mean, yeah, you see the Confederate flag. It's right there.
No, I mean, whatever his idea was.
Okay, because, it seems like they just played their music and ended the show.
Yeah. He changes his mind once he sees he makes eye contact with just any member of that audience and knows what the situation is. And he goes, maybe not. And then maybe utters a legitimate threat against his life by saying, do it or I'll tell them you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bad. You're gonna want to get your fucking running shoes on.
Yeah. You're gonna want to get your jetpack on for that.
God. What did
I found one, everybody. You're gonna get more than beer thrown at you.
I wrote, if you're in a biker bar in the woods surrounded by angry skinhead art and your friend turns to you and says, "I've got a dumb idea," your job is to tell them no. Your
job is to be like, "Yes, it is, so we're not gonna do it."
Unless you want to be skewered by a pool cue, no.
Damn.
So, yeah, I don't know what plan they had, but they played their show, and it was one hell of a show.
Yeah, it was. Throwing beer at a punk band member is not a deterrent. If anything, that just excites them. So, I'd throw something harder if you mean it. He's like, all right, cool. He just dodges it perfectly like Neo from The Matrix.
Well, it's not his first beer bottle.
No, it's certainly not. I like that it took them one song to figure out their audience and immediately play shit that had them slowly moshing. I will say that the slow-mo mosh pit scene does not have enough violence given what we've already seen about these people. There should be punches thrown. You've ever seen videos of a Knocked Loose show? And they hate Nazis there.
People start to move their feet, which is probably a lot harder for them because of the thickness and the steel in their toes. They really didn't throw much around, though. They were just, cemented down.
Yeah, that's why, it must be heavy. It's been a long afternoon. I can't even say night. It's probably 3 p.m.
They're all old.
A couple of them are quite old.
This is as good as it gets, you know?
One of them is named Werm.
One of them is named Werm.
Just, there you go.
One of them is named Big Justin, by the way. Big Justin.
Yeah, and he's both of those things.
And he's not David Harbour.
He's big and he's Justin.
And he is not David Harbour.
I don't know who David Harbour is.
He's the dad from Stranger Things who looks exactly like this guy.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
That's not him.
Yeah, this guy is he missed his jaw vitamins that morning. David Harbour missed his jaw vitamins.
It's David Harbour meets Harley Mornstein.
Yeah.
But it's funny because this guy was also in Arrested Development for one episode.
Yeah, he's the neighbor in Parks and Recreation that gets pissed about how loud Andy's radio is when he's in like the fucking
and he's like bathing
bath.
He's bathing himself out in the front lawn. Yeah,
yeah,
him.
And then he chases after him with crutches and 2 broken legs.
So yeah, that's
interesting
that's
transition from one to the other, you know.
And he also does a shitload of kids cartoons.
Again, don't ever show the parents this movie because he's very mean in it.
Very mean. So after the show, I mean, like that's pretty much it, right? They just they get paid.
Yeah, and they're going to leave, and then retards McGee. I don't know how fucking stupid you have to be to forget your phone at a place like this. Yeah, I'm tapping pockets like I have OCD and I love drumming at the same time the whole time I'm in here.
You know what the last thing I'm going to do is plug my phone into charge.
And leave it anywhere.
In a bar with Nazis and strangers.
Great point.
I'm not saying all Nazis steal.
Some do.
But a lot of Nazis probably steal.
Yeah.
I
mean, you turn that phone screen on, you see the Star of David, you're like, well, this is mine now. We burn this.
And then you just wait around to see who picks it up, you know?
Yeah, you just wait. Anyway, yeah, if that phone, like, you're in the back, I would just have considered that phone forfeit. Like, it's gone.
You got paid $350. Just buy another shitty iPhone. It's 2015.
Crazy money.
What do you do?
Crazy fucking money for this also, which calls into question many. Sometimes, I almost once had my identity stolen by, I'm going to assume African man. He had a name like that. And the reason why I'm not giving him any respect is because he tried to steal my fucking identity. Anyway,
that's good. Smart.
Yeah, by telling me that he wanted me to cash checks for him remotely in order to book hotels for travel. And the second that I Googled the address and saw the parking lot of an industrial site, I made some phone calls, and as it turns out, it was just an entire scam. Point being, he was offering me $50,000 a year to do this.
That seems like a lot of money to do nothing.
Yeah, to be an office administrator, because it's basically that.
And there's no office, so bonus.
And so an administrator.
You get to administrate and poop at the same time.
Yeah, I sure do. Anyway, yeah. My point being, if something sounds too good to be true, it is. $350 to play the Nazi bar? Is that like a fucking dog whistle number or something? It's like that's how many Jews each one killed in Auschwitz or some shit? Why are you going with $350?
I do not see the strings attached here. What's the strings?
Yeah.
Oh, the strings are
Plenty.
don't go back for your phone.
Yeah. The strings are fuck it. Yeah, just don't. Just leave it there. It's fine.
So do you go back and get your phone, or do we just
No, I leave it on my phones. Well, I would have to take it.
Look, you're a punk. You're a crusty punk.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you need your phone for? Your
social
anyway. Media presence?
Yeah, your lack thereof.
You got that hot photo of the foggy field you took a picture of while you were stealing gasoline earlier?
Yeah, you want to make sure you keep in contact with the friends and family have all disowned you after you dropped out of university because you realized that life's just a scam, man.
You really want to send some, get your...
It's all bullshit. I got you Amazon orders to the van.
Text messages to fucking Tad.
Fucking Tad.
Who else are you talking to?
He's like, hey, how's it going? Well, Nazis.
Can I see your tits? Or I'm Tad.
Tad's like, yeah.
I let you sleep on my chair. I'm Tad.
Yeah, my Tad chair. I'm a real Tad man.
You know, for somebody who's very little in this movie, we're sure making him out to be a creep.
Well, it's fine. He's at the end vacuuming.
That's right, because that's what he was like, you coming with us to the Nazi show? No, I'm actually going to vacuum.
Which should have been a red flag. It's like, oh, your priorities, though?
That carpet, I mean, you fucking crusty punks shed a lot of crust. I'll tell you. You guys...
Like girls coming over. Yeah, just fucking the streets. Look at you guys.
We'll fuck on the dirty carpet.
On the dirty carpet, yeah. Make sure to get the crumbs out.
On the crust punk carpet.
It's just bed bugs he's vacuuming.
Just fucking punk bugs.
Probably bed bugs in that place.
Some punky Brewsters.
So she goes back for her fucking phone, and there's a dead body on the floor with a knife in its head.
Wow.
Cool.
Lo and behold, you left bikers alone in the room with a person? Of course they're stabbed in the fucking head.
This little squirrel, right? So it's the guy that meets them at first and tells them where the load-in door is, and then
he's like the manager?
Yeah, also doles the cash out to them, and he also, his name is Gabe, and he really behaves like one.
I called him manager.
I called him, I called him something really good in here somewhere, and I have no idea where. We're going to come across it eventually.
He's in charge, though. That's all you need to know. This guy, he's...
For the squirreliest, meekest guy I've seen so far at this venue, he sure is in charge of things.
Yeah.
Like locking doors, and he doesn't even do that. That's the whole thing. I told you to lock the door.
Yeah, oh my God. They say it like 15 times, and then later in
fairness, you should have.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to stab somebody in the fucking head?
Yeah.
First of all, why would you choose the head of all places to stab?
Because you only really need one.
Yeah? Do you?
You only need one stab if you're going for the head.
You think you're going through the skull in one stab?
Well, this guy went temple.
Sure. Is that the softest part of the skull?
I believe so.
I feel like that's just where your jaw meets your...
I think it's the softest, thinnest part. That's why it sucks to hit yourself there.
I thought that was because your jaw was like touching there. I don't know.
Like back here.
Regardless, being stabbed in the head is fucking stupid. You might as well have got hit by a train. That's like the second stupidest way to die. A train's going one direction.
What is your point, that your head's the easiest thing to like move away from a knife coming at you?
Well, yeah, that, and also just like get stabbed in the head. Just sounds stupid. How'd you say? Stabbed in the fucking head.
Yeah, God's just like, pussy.
Get out of my way or I'll stab you in the fucking head. It's stupid. It just sounds stupid. And it is stupid later. But yeah, so this guy goes back for Maybe's phone and just, dead body on the floor.
In rushes Gabe with a gun. And let me tell you something, all right? If I see a murder and then somebody is coming into the room with a gun, I don't care how many times you say it's okay. Fucking isn't. No, it's not. The fact that you're saying it makes it worse, in fact. And then later on, fucking Maybe, I think, is like, you can't just keep us here. And he goes, I'm not keeping you, you're staying.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're keeping me. So I'm being kept.
Not quite. You're actually being stayed.
I'm going to stay my execution.
So yeah, there's the blonde. She's like, call 911. So he does. And guess what?
That was bad.
911 picks up the phone.
Yeah, like they do.
And guess what? Then Gabe hangs up on 911.
They call right back because, again, that's what the fuck they do when you call 911.
Questions.
Yeah, like, why'd you call?
Yeah. What was that about? We heard the word stabbed.
Great dispatcher for not noticing that the first call was panicked and then the second guy who answered was totally calm. I feel like as a 911 dispatcher, I would hear that change and be like, oh, this is trouble.
Oh,
this is actual trouble.
There's just
Put me on the phone with the guy who was treating it like the emergency he called about.
Just a little stabbing is all.
Yeah, I'm just calling you about we called about the stabbing.
Just a stabby wabby.
I like fucking... Maybe she's not dead, there's no blood. Really?
Really?
Because there's a whole knife in her fucking skull and she's not moving or breathing.
It's all the way in.
I only know that people are dead when I see blood. Okay? Heart attacks? Nah, you're sleeping.
The knife is the base of the knife is touching her ear.
But if it makes you feel better, Werm's just gonna take he's gonna break the levee by removing the dam.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess he really wanted his knife back. And boy, I'll tell you what, she puts up a fight.
Well, he was just trying to reassure her that, yes, indeed, the corpse on the floor is one. Because when he fucking takes the knife out, after she says there's no blood, he goes, there it is. And I, at that moment, would absolutely shit my pants. That's when the shit comes out of my body.
Yeah.
And just makes itself known in the room.
What's that smell? Oh.
That's fear. That's concentrated fear. It comes out brown, I guess.
Nice.
Sweet.
Love it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, when he pulls that knife out, he like has to drag her across the floor and like the table moves.
Yeah.
The table moves really out of the way.
It's like fucking King Arthur.
I think at that point I'm going to keep the knife, all right? There's more knives. Big world, lot of knives.
Tons of knives. Every one of them probably has one. Later on, given how much people get stabbed, they all have knives. of varying sizes as it turns out.
I enjoyed the shot where the manager goes to get his gun. He's like, all right, just wait here. He takes their phone, and you just see like this kind of like wide shot where he goes like to his office, which is a trailer.
Yes, it is.
Behind the cement slab compound.
That's right.
And he goes in there, and it's just like a continuous shot, and he just comes out with something in his pocket, and it's just the biggest gun. It's a great big revolver.
Yeah, it's like a 5-shot 45, which is just massive. It's the kind of gun that I would skin in Counter-Strike Source so that I would look cool as fuck when I was doing pistols.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it is. Already, okay, my biggest problem with this movie is don't conduct your crimes at the same place you invite strangers to listen to music.
Or...
you're just asking for trouble.
You know, if you have to, do it in a place where the strangers aren't gonna be, you know?
Yeah, like in the back.
Yeah, why didn't you just stab them in like a different thing? Go somewhere else to stab them, you know?
Go into the basement that exists.
Exactly. Go
Everything
into any other
fine.
room. Go into another room. Why did you go into the green room where the bands go?
His whole logic later on, as explained by Amber, is just bitch stepped out. That's it. Which is something that black people say when their wives cheat on them.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get a whole lot of backstory about that later.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see what they were talking about.
That's fine. I gave you a subtitle file with this one because I knew you'd need it. Because there's some stuff that happens like in the background that is not in frame in some of its dialogue.
Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's fine. I got you covered.
Thank God. Because later we're gonna need it.
Gabe goes out to deal with the situation, and he says, well, he gives a list of things he needs, and one of those things is a true believer, aka somebody willing to be stabbed in the stomach standing up so that we can pretend that was the stabbing I called about.
Right? Oh, so good. So I didn't expect to see a bookkeeping scene.
Yeah.
Where he goes back to the trailer. He's like, I need $600. Like, well, you just withdrawed $350.
Yeah. This is for fixing that problem.
Yes, somebody's dead. Oh, well, all right then.
Oh, that makes sense.
I just have to keep the books.
I still have to keep the books.
I just got to keep the books.
Which I'm surprised the guy's like, are you sure you should be here?
You know, I really
want to... You really do care a lot about money.
Now, what is this money for? Oh, covering up a fucking crime.
Yeah.
All right, let me put that in the memo.
My per diem.
Yeah.
For murders.
When I submit this to head office, they're gonna want to know.
I don't want to get audited.
Yeah.
We do not want to get audited.
Trust me, the IRS they're gonna want to know where this $600 is going.
Yeah. A shallow grave, I can't just write that on the invoice.
I got to write for stabbing. Anyway, so he I don't know where you find somebody who's so committed to hating people who are different that he's like A, willing to stab his friend.
Yeah.
And B, willing to just be like stabbed, like no big deal. Like,
yeah.
He's like, this isn't the first time.
From what I understand, heroin does a pretty damn good job of numbing you up.
All right. That's fair, but they seemed pretty like coherent. They were like, hey, what's up?
So does meth.
Hey.
Which, I mean, both. Right. But when it comes to skinhead gangs, you're either getting one, the other, or both.
You know.
Almost every time.
As long as you're making it in the lab, they don't care.
Yeah.
They really don't care. They're also, everybody's like, oh, is Darcy coming? Darcy. Oh my God, Darcy.
Yeah.
Darcy, big Darcy's coming down. So yeah, he comes back in and he's like, yeah, Darcy's on the way. He knows about the dead body, but he doesn't know about this band.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why he just didn't tell him.
You should have. There was a phone call. Here's all the information, sir.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me in my sleep.
I'm
I'm
a great employee. Don't fucking...
I make sure that all the important information is given right to you.
Oh my God.
My whole fucking job here.
So the cops are on their way. They're interested in the stabbing.
Yeah. When the cops get there, I don't think the protocol for a stab victim is to make them sit upright, cross-legged on the fucking ground.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure medical care comes before that.
I don't know. I feel like if you've dealt with this stab victim enough, you just arrest them. You're like, you're obviously up to fucking something.
Fuck.
It's these kids again, stabbed right in the same spot, huh? You making another sex hole?
Great.
Anyway.
Not happy. It's called.
Nope. It's not good.
In the Japanese community.
Oh no.
I believe it is called guro.
the forearm Mortal Kombat guy.
Not
Love
quite.
him.
Although
Love him.
he could definitely he'd do very well in that genre.
So we're not keeping you. You're just staying. That's all good. Very calming.
Horrifying.
This guy's so calm for having the biggest gun in his hand.
Yeah. Well,
And,
I
like,
mean that would
police on
calm
the
you
way.
once you got one of these babies in your hand.
Oh yeah, you really the world just melts away.
Fucking I don't Patrick Stewart. I just wrote Patrick Stewart in all caps.
Patrick Stewart in all caps. That's right.
That's because this is when he fucking shows up.
And you know it's Patrick Stewart too, right away.
You do.
The second he's like,
Doesn't
all right,
matter.
get away.
I feel like I almost, like, when I first saw the movie, I recognized him from behind, but I couldn't, like, I wasn't 100%. I was like, why do I know the back of that head?
Wow, it's either Ben Kingsley or it's Patrick Stewart. I don't know.
Yeah, Ian McKellen is he alive still?
I don't know. I feel like he's got a lot of hair though.
I was going to say, if he's still alive, by God, he's got plenty of hair.
Are we talking about Magneto?
Yes.
Nah.
Oh, no, he's done?
I don't know.
You know who fucking died? Taylor Moore from Whitest Kids.
Yes.
He posted some shit on Twitter about how MK Ultra was an easy way to control people, and maybe we're just causing traumatic events as the government in order to continue to do that. And then he died at age 41. Whoops.
I guess you shouldn't tweet things like that.
Especially not on Twitter.
No, not on Twitter. Don't tweet on Twitter. X on X.
On X. Yeah, as in the button you should press if it's open. I appreciate the psychopath taking a beat in the room to be like, you played a good set, and by the way, this was my favorite song because I killed a woman to it.
Yeah, what was the name of the second last song? That's the one I did her into.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Oh, man, high praise.
Yeah.
You know?
That was really fucking rock and roll killer.
That's what I
killer
bet you.
set.
I bet you in a different context, like if there wasn't still a fresh body on the floor, hearing like I Could Commit a Murder to You music would be like a punk's fucking music to their ears.
Oh yeah, you did her in, like you made consensual love to a woman to our song called like fucking Butcher the Punk Arms.
Nah, because you see his face and you know that there's nothing consensual about anything he did to any woman ever.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Did her, as in I completed the job.
His name is Werm.
Yeah, it is.
All right,
because he is one.
Because his work's like one. Like an inchworm.
You cut it off and it's just now you got two.
Which one's the butt end? So I enjoyed their little like, because they go in there and they go in, and when Darcy leaves, big Justin, he turns around and he fucking locks the door and he's like, see? That's how you lock the door.
So fun. And then the guy's like, well, you were right there. And you're like, yeah, until I wasn't. Well, that's just rude.
Yeah.
That's a rude thing to say.
Oh my God. And then, so they're like, all right, so he's got 6 bullets. We can rush him. And this is where he's like, first of all, I've got 5 bullets because these bullets are so fucking big that it only fits 5. And they're cartridges because the bullet is the thing that goes into your skull.
Yeah. Speeches where it made me think of, have you ever seen, you know who Moist Critical is? I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he got into some internet drama with another guy named Sneeko, who's a piece of shit. Doesn't matter. At one point on a live stream, that guy threatened Moist Critical with a gun.
Oh my.
And he said, you want to watch my clips? Watch these clips. Okay? So then Critical made a response video where he said, and I quote, I'm going to try to do the voice, it's not going to go well. You absolute fucking buffoon. These are not called clips. These are mags. At which point he pulls out a much larger gun and goes, see when I put it in there. Now that is a loaded clip. I don't remember if that's exactly what he said. But he's like, those are, when they're out of the gun, these are mags. Just like in this one. And then he produces a fucking assault rifle. And he just, like, you might as well just taking your dick out and slapped it on the table. And that's it, just here.
I love it.
Loved it too. Was a huge fan of that. The whole thing was stupid, but that part was hilarious to me.
God, I don't know how you get so mad at people on the internet that you gotta pull a
Brandish
gun out,
a weapon?
It's the internet, man. Just close her down.
My point to that story being, explaining the parts of a gun to a person hits a lot more effectively when that gun's pointed right in your face.
Oh, it sure does.
You
it
know?
sure does.
Yeah, I will. My ears are open at that point.
Yeah. Oh, just so you know, yeah, there's one less bullet, but the bullet is so big. It's a much bigger bullet than you expect it to be.
It's basically 2 bullets.
It's a bullet point 3.
It's not a roulette wheel I want to spin, all right? I fucking... Reece... Yeah, Reece is the drummer's name. Because I wrote it in my notes here.
All right. I like that you got names.
He learns in this scene in the green room that brute force, like he used on Tad earlier, doesn't quite work when there's a gun involved.
No, it doesn't really, does it?
No.
What, does he get punched directly in his face?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the point where like Patrick Stewart shows up and his like just his voice just diffuses the entire situation.
Yeah, and then Gabe's like, well, I'm trying to contain it, and he's like, contain? Like, Patrick Stewart is pissed off about the murder on his property because it's an inconvenience more than anything.
Well, yeah,
this is going to be a very annoying mess to clean up.
He's got a legitimate business.
I have to drag them all the way out past the beware of dog gate. Otherwise, it looks gross.
I'm really set on this dog murder, by the way.
He calls it a selfish act also, which is hilarious.
Well, it was a selfish act. Werm stabbed a lady in the fucking head.
Yeah, well, bitch stepped out.
Well, she was just trying to hear the music, and now she can't hear nothing.
Patrick Stewart coming in to try and defuse the situation through the door does the exact opposite make anybody, like, I would not. His voice is smooth and sultry.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, it is.
And I would be soothed by that temporarily. Until I heard the words he was saying, none of which are reassuring in the fucking slightest.
Oh, you mean by the way he spins it so that they're trespassing and they've brought an unregistered gun?
Yes.
He's so concerned with this unregistered gun.
And, okay, even before he opens his mouth, okay? About, like, explaining his logic, being like, well, I mean, here's all the reasons why I'd be fully entitled to break this down and murder all of you right now. You know, if that's cool with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just Gabe being like, hand over the gun, and then Big Justin's like, is Darcy here? And he's like, I'm here. And then he hands over the gun immediately. Oh, that guy's not here to save me.
Yeah, just so you know, Darcy's bad news for everybody.
Oh, fuck yeah. You don't want to hear that British voice in this situation, because it's just threatening.
That's fair. All right. Well, I mean, it got the gun being pointed at the band. They got that dealt with.
Yeah.
At least it diffused that situation, but it created a much worse situation
for just about everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiger going straight for the shoulder bite on Andre the Giant is a bold move. This guy's like 110 pounds wet.
And like, you think you're going to wrap your mouth around that entire shoulder?
Nah, at most you're going to get maybe collarbone.
At most you're probably going to get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah. They call him jujitsu. They call Reece jujitsu earlier in the movie. And that, again, references when Big Justin gets subdued by a meager armbar in this case.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I'm surprised that Justin just didn't get up and have him on his arm.
Yeah.
As like a minor inconvenience.
Yeah. It's like, oh, good. Armor. Literally.
He's like, yeah, normally I either snap their arm or they tap out and we go get burgers.
Yeah. Well, this is, okay.
This is going to be one of those arm snapping situations, I think. I don't smell a Burger King within miles.
I kind of get it because I like my arm not snapped. So I listen for a sec.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I might tap out if I wasn't so full of hatred for Jews. I wasn't fueled by absolute hatred and kind of looked like the brother from My Name is Earl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like I feel I get the same kind of vibe, but not quite.
I get it. Like they'd have a beer together.
They sure would. You know? But then like this guy would be like, you know who I really hate, and he'd be like, listen, I don't want to hear it. It's Miller time.
It's Miller time. I didn't say Millerberg. All right, you don't guys bring that up. Worst guy to have at the dinner table at Thanksgiving. Just fucking, you're talking about like what, sports probably?
And he just pulls that big gun out.
He says Jews as he pulls it out.
What are we talking about? Not that.
You just keep your mouth shut and eat turkey, man. I do like, okay, so despite the fact that for the majority of the movie up to this point, the characters have been woefully unprepared for every situation they've been in, and like forced to improvise, which again comes in later. They're not dumb. They're not written dumb. Patrick Stewart's calling like this whole thing through the door, and the whole time they're like, this is fucked. This is bullshit. I don't like anything you're saying. And they're not really cooperative, and that's all smart. It's like, we want a phone. Okay, hand over the gun and we'll give you a phone. The first mistake he makes, is sticking his arm out that door, let me tell you.
Oh, right.
Here's my problem, okay? So during the scuffle, when Big Justin gets submitted briefly, one of them kicks the vent in the door, like the air vent, and so they use that. Amber uses that to peek out to see how many boots and what color the laces are on those boots exist outside of the door.
It's very important. It's important knowledge to have.
So Patrick Stewart backs up from the door, and then fucking Topher Grace is like, okay, let's just do that. And then the second he sticks his arm out, Amber looks 2 degrees to the left and sees more boots. Now, if you had just kept looking for a little longer, you would have seen them already. Patrick Stewart's feet weren't even in the way of them.
They got bright red laces on. These boots aren't hiding.
Also, probably instead of saying, you're killing us, say, close the door. Because what the fuck you mean? That's enough time for me to take pause and get stabbed with machetes 5 more times.
You know what? The second there's panic, I just pull my arm back in. I'm probably just going to hold it out there.
How about I shouldn't have to stick my arm that far out?
Yeah, I'd probably just chuck the gun like I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Instead of, I don't know, handing it on a pillow. I don't know what his plan was.
Silver platter.
Somewhere.
And I present to you, gun.
Your Majesty, your shooting pistol.
This is a 1988 Smith & Wesson from the Europe region. Perfectly aged in the asshole of Big Justin.
Your boom handle, my sir.
Your boom handle, dude.
In between here and there, they there's like fucking Patrick Stewart's like, he basically calls in these reinforcements, and they're called the Red Laces.
Yeah.
Now you know. And the cops have come, they've arrested the people, and they've left, and that's a problem because these people want the police.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is like, we're not going to leave until the cops come. And, well,
Patrick Stewart basically like, there was a small misunderstanding, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, so you explained nothing at all. Hey, call them back?
Yeah, just so you know.
If you're on my side,
fucked.
you'd call them back.
If.
You know?
If.
So already, I don't trust a word.
Yeah.
If this was an amicable negotiation, I'm pretty sure in hostage negotiation school, you're not trained to be like, no.
How come there's one British gentleman amongst these fucking these Nazis? What's up?
Like a Bond villain amongst henchmen.
Yeah. Well, how did this come to be?
Great. Also, I don't know if you know this, but the color laces that skinheads wear determine their political affiliations, sort of. So, like, if there's it's a real thing in the punk community.
Okay.
Like, I know you're a skinhead because of the color of your laces.
I see.
It's just a thing. I don't know what the color code is, but I liked that they added. It was like just
okay.
It's the actual part.
Little facts to know. And just so you know, the red ones are bad. They're bad punks to be around.
They sure are.
I'll tell you why, because they hang around this place. At some point during this whole thing, when they take down Big Justin, they make it like, hey, empty your pockets out. And he produces like a lighter and a pocket, not a pocket knife, but a box cutter.
Yeah.
And so they that's things to know.
Like 3 steps it took him for him to fully turn his pockets out. Like, listen to me when I make a request.
There's a gun. It's a big gun.
I don't have a lot of patience here.
Shoot him anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
So there's at some point the manager's like, hey Patrick, just like there's 80 people here. Shame on all of them.
Shame.
How are there 80 people who are Nazis in this small town?
Well, I mean,
what kind of small fucking town is this?
Portland.
I thought Oregon was like the cool place to be.
If you're white.
Meth is legal. Why are we hiding it in the basement?
Yeah, they repealed that.
Oh, that's good. That's for the best, because that was wild.
They tried it for a minute. It didn't take.
I'll tell you, it's good. It's good it didn't take.
And they were like, JK.
Fuck
Turns out letting you do whatever you want is really bad for some people.
They just saw Mad Max starting to form and like, whoa, all right.
Right?
Let's shut down the weed and heroin emporium. The opium liquidators.
Not making any bones about it. It's just what it is. The coke and heroin store.
The fucking acid Dollar Tree. I got nothing for you. I got nothing.
Fuck.
Oh, fucking nothing for you. Yeah. So that's just a thing that happens. And he's like, yeah, so there's 80 people in this fucking bar. We know 80 Nazis. That's
80
so many fucking Nazis.
Hard pipe hitting Nazis.
There's first of all, the house band.
Yeah.
Nazis.
They are.
I believe that.
I think that's their actual name. The Nazis.
If it's not, it's Cowcatcher.
Yeah, Cowcatcher.
Because
right.
they were the band that was allowed to leave the murder scene.
Yeah.
No questions asked. And then you got all the bar staff. You got all the Nazis. You got all the Nazis. The ones that are there. And you got the ones that are like it's their job to be there because they're Nazis.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm just angry.
Yeah. You have the ones that are there and the ones that are coming.
Because they're Nazis, you see.
Mm.
And so we have to get all of these people out of the building before we can straight up murder these strangers because they saw our good buddy Werm, who's clearly caused us a lot of trouble. We should probably rethink our relationship with Werm.
Yeah.
Caused us so much trouble today. We got to murder this fucking shit band.
Well, I want you to know that they do solve the worm problem. Well, no, they don't. They try to, but he's smarter.
Really? Because at the end of the movie, he's just sipping cereal while his friend's dead.
Yeah, of heroin, because he didn't try the spiked heroin.
That was good.
It was.
It was good advice.
He knew. He's like, this smells funny.
This smells like different heroin.
It smells like worse.
Smells like worse. So yeah, what they do is they while they're in there, the power goes out.
Yeah.
And
they don't trust this dude because I mean, why would you when it's dark? And it's being Big Justin.
Yeah. And that you've got no source of light. How are you gonna keep your eye on Big Justin?
How are you?
You light a cigarette and you put it in his mouth. And if that cherry does anything you don't like, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty elegant solution
until
it goes out.
This is a second time where Amber seems to know the score well enough that you would assume she's been through the rigmarole before.
Well, I'll tell you what, she has.
I think they turn the lights out and back on to signal the end of the show, because then Patrick Stewart goes on stage and goes, problems.
Yeah. So they do that, I think, and then he comes out. He's like, "Hey guys, we blew a fuse. Here at the Nazi bar in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And, hey, we're going to troubleshoot it. Come back on Sunday. Well, there'll be no cover. And, for the fuck of it, free beer from Toodle Form."
Yeah. And just in case you're here for the racial advocacy workshop. Yeah, that's still scheduled regularly. Racial advocacy workshop. And you know who's not going to be there is Martin Luther King.
No,
you
got anti him.
That's not what we're advocating.
You got the exact opposite of him. To be honest,
Gabe has a hit list, which is basically just a list of people who know the information that they're trying to suppress here, which is cool. The whole time he obviously is not comfortable with this, which is like, okay, anybody paying attention knows that he's going to be the surprise traitor later on in the film, and he is. The unsurprised traitor is the guy from Freddy vs. Jason who's been keeping his car running.
Oh, you mean Daniel?
Yeah.
Not Dan. Never call him Dan.
Yo!
So there's at one point, they go out and they talk to the bartender. He's like, I don't know, Daniel's out. He stepped out.
Yeah.
And we go out to find Daniel running his car.
Shittiest excuse. Yeah, it's just I need to turn it over.
Gotta turn that motor over.
It won't start or some bullshit.
That's right.
Whatever.
Gotta keep that battery charged.
You're not fooling anybody. That was a getaway vehicle, sir. We all know this.
Oh, we kind of failed to mention there's a sort of a critical scene during their wonderful performance of the Ain't Rights.
Right.
Where
Ain't right.
Where the blonde girl and the black-haired girl walk through, and somebody hands her a note.
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh, a note, good." And Werm sees it through the crowd.
But also, that's why he walked through like that. Okay.
And also, like, at the same time, I don't know. I call him Mangalarm because what else do you call him?
Mangalarm.
He sees that shit and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck that girl later." he makes these "I'ma fuck that" eyes. And so I think he's kind of thrilled to be in the room. You know, he's like, "All right,
stoked about it.
All right, I'll shoot my shot eventually."
So on that tissue paper was that was the song that was the signal to get the fuck out of the place for that woman who is too dead to have heard the song. So it's fine.
He actually, I mean, I'm surprised she didn't hear it because she had that third hole to hear from.
And it's right into like where just roughly the ear canal should be.
Right,
you know?
It's gonna let those vibrations in.
Yeah, that's why he just wanted to make sure she could really hear the music.
Should have jammed a tuning fork in there.
Yep.
Like one of those toothbrushes.
And like the way they find the note too, because for punks brand new to the gravity of this situation, Tobey Maguire sure knows how to search a corpse.
Oh boy,
he's going through every pocket, even the hidden ones.
Hey, I'm gonna pat your friend down, whether you like it or not.
Cop a feel real quick.
He definitely asks permission to touch the titties before he's like, "Is it cool if I touch your friend's dead corpse?"
Do I have permission to put my hands on your person? I will silence as a yes.
Only in this situation, because she's dead. And it's non-sexual, I guess.
They realize that they're in trouble, so they're trying to find like an escape route out, and that's when Tiger sees the light through the floorboards. But then also, fuck you, because I had to put I hate when movies make me put my trade brain in, because he's fucking around with the drop-in ceiling tile and dust, because it's essentially drywall falls out. And maybe over here is like, careful, that could be asbestos. No, the fuck it can't. It's illegal.
They just made this building like 2 years ago.
Unless this building's from 1980, it's not asbestos. Also, there's not just gonna be that, because it's used to insulate things. Like it's attached to stuff. It doesn't just dust around unless you cut it open. That's why you're not supposed to cut it open.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think people might have cut it open, Jay.
And then also, careful, that could be a live wire. No, it couldn't, because the light works. Like, you're not gonna... What I mean is, yes, it's a live wire, but it's also insulated by wire, like the fucking rubber around it. Otherwise, if it was frayed, the electricity would not be working as well as this.
Well, guess what, Jay? You weren't there, all right?
Pissed?
Yeah, that's fine. Just imagine if you were there. You would have saved them so much time and effort at that drop ceiling fucking around up there for nothing.
Because, yeah, the ceiling is right there. They did a drop ceiling enough for HVAC, so it's like a 16-inch space, which every single one of these motherfuckers could fit in.
Oh, but no, I don't think so.
Nah, we're going to go down instead.
Yeah, well, before we go down, let's try going through the wall. Can't go over it. Let's just go right through it.
Fine. I'll be over here breaking the flimsy floorboards that are the only thing stopping me from going through the hole. And you guys try the wall.
You know where they got these floorboards from? It's the same place that like karate dojos get their boards from for children to break, so they can feel good about themselves.
Right, the ones that are like pre-scored, probably.
Yeah, because it takes he drops a heavy foot down, and I know
Well, they break a chair on him before that.
They're fucking punks. They've got these heavy boots. Sure,
I bet.
All right, but they break pretty damn easy.
I want you to know also during Patrick Stewart's speech, in case the Nazi allegory wasn't enough already, this is a movement, not a party.
I made sure to jot that down too.
For some reason in my ear, though, Nazi movement, it still hits the same. It still feels the same.
Sure does. It's got the same.
And actually, it sounds less fun because
Nazi...
it's more like a march instead of a get together.
That's fair.
Cool.
It's a movement. Everybody's moving to the beat of the the marching of the goose step.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're really moving like geese out there.
It's got the same vibe as bowel movement. This is a movement, not a party.
Yeah, no, it better not be.
Wipe and get out.
There's no streamers in my bathroom. Nobody's celebrating.
There are streamers, but they're just around the toilet bowl. They go down. And you scrape them up later.
Ugh.
I mean, you don't scrape them. Sorry, you brush them. That was the wrong word to use.
Still grossed out.
So you just, what, is your toilet just brown? Can you write your name in it?
No!
Do you not clean?
Oh my god. I still hate it. Fuck. Werm's car, by the way, while he's leaving has, again, you got to get beaten over the head with a hammer and sickle. It says, "Save our white race" on the bumper sticker. So, yeah, I didn't, it wasn't obvious already. Guys, I just needed that little period.
You know what happens to me? You're picking me up from the bar and we're running away together. I see that bumper sticker. Yeah, I'll walk.
Yeah.
I'll meet you in Vegas.
I'll hitchhike. I have thumbs.
We'll elope at the little white chapel. It's a different one. It's a different white chapel. Sorry, the little whites chapel.
Yeah, the little whites only chapel.
That's where Britney Spears got married. So yeah,
I'll be polite about this conversation between Darcy and Gabe about the drugs, okay?
Please do.
I won't use the word he used, but just imagine I am using it. This conversation essentially boils down to, okay, give these guys drugs so they'll clean up the live bodies in my side business. And even if they get popped for being cranked out, I put some black dealer's stamp on the bags.
That's not what he said.
No, he says worse things than that.
I'm trying to find where, 'cause I didn't write what he said. Oh man, boy, I'll tell you, we skipped over some good stuff.
Like what?
We skipped over, Big Justin here. Big Justin, having his skin shirt loosened up. Big Justin having his fucking arm busted out of the socket.
Yeah. So I once that poor gentleman's hand becomes Swiss cheese.
It becomes a goddamn streamer.
Yeah, they realize that it's a situation that they have found themselves in. At which point, Big Justin's life, fuck it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do that to us. Well, watch what I do to your guy.
Cool. So Reece chokes him out and then chokes him out again because as it turns out, when you choke someone asleep, sometimes, all times, they just wake up, unless you keep doing it.
It's true.
You can't stop when they start snoring.
Eventually,
yeah,
the lights do not come back on.
That's true. And I mean, just in case we're not 100% sure, let's expose him. His whole insides. We're just gonna unzip this man because she does it with the uniformity of zipping up a jacket for winter.
People were far too calm for this man's guts to be coming right out like that.
Not Amber's first rodeo.
No.
She's like, give me that knife. I know where I'm at.
In the kerfluffle of trying to get this door closed, they're just like, well, fuck Big Justin, and they
fuck Big Justin.
They help Big Justin in the future when he's trying to show people what a swastika looks like. They help him by turning one of his arms into a right angle the other way.
Yeah, they do. And he's being formed into one slowly. That's just the line down the middle.
It's the ultimate form for every Nazi is to become a swastika.
It is. Well, that would be awesome.
So yeah, I wrote in real big letters here. Blonde girl undoes the buttons on his skin shirt, loosens them up a little bit. When he won't go kicks, he won't die.
That's right.
So he's like, yeah, let me just fix that.
Yeah, I would. You're having some trouble breathing. Let's just open up the shirt.
I did enjoy because after he gets his arm busted, he gets up because they're like, well, we took care of him. That's that.
Yeah.
This man is so big that I don't think busting his arm, it obviously didn't do much because he gets right up and he looks at her and he's like, I'll crush you.
Yeah.
And then he clotheslines her with his busted fucking arm.
That is true. Well,
so good.
I mean, it's basically a cudgel.
I love Big Justin, and I'm sad that he had to be gutted like a fish. Best character in the film, and he had to be gutted like a fish.
Amber's the one who's like, we'll trade you the gun for a phone. Why, when she's taking control of the negotiations, did she not indicate to anybody in the room exactly what was happening at that point? Why didn't she just turn around and go, hey, just so you know, we're all going to die in here, and I've been through this, so just listen to me. No, she just like she pops in with some good advice every so often, and then she just slinks back into a corner.
She's punk.
Yeah,
It's very punk of her.
great.
Here's my advice. Now I'm gonna go be crusty. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because Patrick Stewart's fucking her. That's why. He doesn't even try and not say it out loud. He says
Holy
it.
shit! What the fuck? When does he say that?
Later in the film, when they try to just like walk out the side door like it's no great big deal or anything.
I remember that.
And so she's got the shotgun and she gets
Yep.
shot.
Yep.
And he's like, no,
Not the one I'm fucking.
Pretty much.
All right.
He's like, not her. Don't shoot her.
Yeah.
She almost got away from me. I mean us. I'm Patrick Stewart. I don't know. That's the way I read that.
That's fine. No, he had a lot of sudden emotion about it. That's just fine.
Yeah. He's like, hey, whoa. Just shoot maybe and the mangle arm.
I got you.
The mangaloid. So anyway, yeah, she really could have spoke up at any point and been like, listen.
A little bit of exposition, please.
They're
what the
saggy.
fuck is happening around here?
They're saggy and it's old. Answer all the questions right now.
Fucking tiny in the cold. Second
Tiny
half
in the
of that
cold,
verse.
saggy in the old. Ugh.
Yeah, let me read. Fuck.
It's all good. 'Cause yeah, we got so ahead of ourselves. They go down to the floorboards. They break down in the floorboards, and it's obviously a meth lab.
Yes.
They don't have to say what it is. It's a biker bar. And it's a lab.
I'm seeing chemicals on shelves.
The second I saw the chemicals when they open the floorboards, I'm like, go right. So this is where they make the dope.
That sure is.
This is where they, first of all, dope.
Yeah, let's call
They
it
call
that.
it. They call the meth dope.
Well,
What the fuck?
There's some question about what parts are meth and what parts are heroin, because some of it's definitely heroin and some of it obviously is meth. Because last time I checked, you don't put bleach in heroin.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on if you want that black tar heroin or you want your heroin to have a nice brighter shade, you know? You want it to be more like you.
Excuse me, did you say N-word tar heroin?
I'm not Patrick Stewart. Yeah, so they go down there. I'll tell you what. All right, I'll give you this. It's a lab. It's a lab under a building. They come out and they're like, it's a heroin lab. I'll tell you what. I couldn't tell you the difference. It all looks like mad science to me.
Yes.
All right?
Drugs get made here.
What I do know is that I didn't see a fucking lick of poppies down there. I didn't see one fucking everything bagel. I didn't see nothing. All right?
Well, bagels. They're not eating those.
That's right. That's right. You're right. They would just get the
It's everything English muffin.
Terrible.
The whitest of the breads.
Ugh.
It's everything Dempster's around. Actually, you know what? No, because it's not everything. It's only white bread.
It's some of the things. Other things get their own area and are excluded.
Poppy seeds are too dark.
Well, that's the seeds. That's literally the seeds they need.
Holy shit.
It's in everything, but some of the things get their own spot, and then we hunt them down one by one.
Oh, see,
systematically.
I called him Chopped Arms McGee.
Chopped Arms McGee. That's fine. I mean, either way, it looks like, I don't know what they did to him, but it looks like they had like a machine that they just inserted his arm into. You know, because it looks like a machinery accident.
Cut in a press?
Yeah, it's like his arm is.
He grabbed onto that giant fucking drill they use to dig fence post holes.
That's what it looks like, an auger.
It does. Yeah.
So yeah, he's got like look, his fucking arm is so mangled.
Yeah.
His hand is just hanging on by like tendons.
Yeah.
And you get this guy in his face being like, shush.
Shush, dude.
He literally says shush. Shush to you.
Fucking all right. Well then fix it. Oh nah, we've been watching too much Red Green around here.
Oh my god. Get that dirty rag off there. I got something better.
Holy fuck.
I got the meth lab duct tape. Let me just tape that right back up, and immediately everything is perfect. He doesn't once go, ugh, my
just
arm.
like, that's better.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It's like that spray that a fucking Terminator used, like the fake skin spray.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, good. Now we're fine now.
Just silicone. Fill the holes in.
Yeah, right here in all caps. So, yeah, no, I found where we were. Amber cut that dude open pretty quick and easy like a Billy Mays commercial about a sharp knife.
Billy Mays here for getting up in your pal's guts. Pull him right out. We don't give a fuck.
All Big Justin really needs is a little orange glow.
Big Justin will be smiling again once you've got your arm up in his guts.
Holy fuck. Pretty much everybody who isn't injured when Big Justin gets stabbed open, suspiciously okay with watching the light leave somebody's eyes.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't break eye contact.
People are calm. They're just like, yeah, that's probably what needed to happen.
He's choking him out, and maybe he's like, you got this. Like, she wants to see it the most out of everyone in the room.
Yeah, you got this. Just do it till he's not doing that anymore.
Holy fuck.
And then the blonde girl's like, well, hold up. Now, what if I just open up the top here and let the breeze in? You know how when you're in a dirty biker bar, the last thing you want is to not have your guts exposed.
Mm-hmm. You know, any possibility of you waking up again and continuing to live later, we'll just get rid of that.
Billy Mays here for infection.
For Staph and MRSA, both at the same time.
Where you're kind of like, I wish that I would have just died from the cut, because saving my life, I'll tell you what,
this
is no way to live.
Kill me.
Billy Mays here for having your guts pulled out and now you shit in a bag.
Billy Mays here for standing up too fast on an airplane.
It got real there.
Well.
Anthony Sullivan here for...
Anthony Sullivan.
Have you ever been in a dirty biker bar and needed to pull your pal's guts out?
I sound exactly like David Tennant. The damn same over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Daniel is incredibly interested in who's dead inside once he finds out people are dead inside.
And it turns out they're all a little dead inside. It's a Nazi biker bar.
Some sinister underpinning to how invested he is in finding out the names of the deceased here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I think Patrick Stewart, when he finds him running his car, is like, well, let's give me those keys, please. Just casually.
Oh, yeah, in case we need to do some valet stuff later.
Yeah, valet stuff.
And
you're vague in the most fucking ominous way all the time, Pat.
Right?
Good God.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. Of course he's, like, gonna take the keys. Nobody escapes Patrick Stewart's British charm.
Yeah. And then, like, as it continues to fall off the rails, at a certain point, he's like, well, this is too many murders for one property. So let's drag some just outside the gate. Like, any fucking cop goes, oh, that's your gate right there? So these are yours, huh? Why'd you litter? No.
I came out and they were here.
They were like that.
I just stepped out and it was here. So I called you.
Here it is. Yep. Suddenly the boards that took a whole scene to break can be pulled up by hand as if they're glued together with kisses and hope.
And that is how the Nazis built their bar. By kissing each other. Like a bunch of weirdos. I really enjoyed just the whole thing, you know. The whole film from start to finish.
100%.
I'm
not gonna lie.
I enjoyed just like them going through like the van. They're just like, well, we got a problem. And then they come across, they're siphoning stuff. They're like, well, we'll just frame them for trespassing then.
Yeah, we'll just...
Perfect. Just what we need, a reason.
Where in Oregon are we where siphoning gas is licensed to commit 3 murders?
Well, we've dipped down by Portland, I'll tell you that.
4, actually. Fuck, at least.
So, yeah, and then all of a sudden it's just like, so we're going to get these... They start, like, pricing out dogs. Like,
yeah,
how many dogs can we spare here?
Yeah, well, these dogs only respond to German commands because, of course, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're not German Shepherds, though. I don't know the breed. It's some kind of fucking pit bull mix, though, because, of course, it is, once again.
They're fight dogs.
They're dogs for that. Let's just make it clear.
The
look
guy
at my
doesn't
slick
hide
back
it.
hair and goatee. I look like fucking Peter Stormare in anything.
Hey, you can't have more than one dog going at a time because they're fight dogs, and, well...
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I have plans later where it's only like 5. You still got to think about the fact that it's only like 5 in the afternoon, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. They're like.
What happens in the afternoons in Oregon? People go to bed early.
Patrick Stewart gets things done real early. He's an old guy. Yeah. They're so the price out dogs and they're like, yeah, it's $2,000 for a prospect. And I was like, oh, they're talking about how much they're gonna have to pay each biker.
And
Then something else. And, like, he gives all these different type of fight dogs have a name, so there must be a tier of good dogs for fighting.
Well, sort of like a different type of fighting that would also be described in the same way,
like a weight class,
as per their contestants.
A weight class for dogs. I get it. I get. Say no more. I understand completely, Jay.
Okay. Well,
you mean nothing else.
A dingo's a type of dog.
Fight Club. Fucking. I guess. At one point they
find an access hatch in the basement to outside, but it's like a well and it's locked from outside. So they're like, okay, we're fucked.
Yeah, and they give up and they go back up to tape Mangalarm back up.
Duct tape his arm shut.
And this is where he likens this entire situation to one time when I was playing paintball
with people from Iraq,
people who are in the middle of a PTSD fit.
First of all, pardon me? You're telling me that you let people from the Iraq war around guns at home?
For sure.
Our homeland? They got tagged by
what could go wrong?
They got tagged by one paintball and immediate PTSD right away.
Well, that's apparently that's what happened. His whole story is like this whole
fucking everybody turns into Christopher Walken in Raging Bull.
I've never seen it, but I'm guessing he gets tagged by a paintball and just goes wild.
He plays so much Russian roulette against his will while in a Vietnam prison that he just plays Russian roulette until he dies, and that's him in the movie.
Well, that's sort of the nature of Russian roulette. You play it until one day you can't play it because of the hole in your head. Eventually it's gay. There's no more rounds.
Yeah, that's right. Or rounds.
And if you're using the gun in this movie, it's 5. It's 4. It's
which
4.
is actually less than 6, which is not great.
No,
your 6
is
already very
shittier.
small. The stats there, you got a 25% chance.
Fucking better call it
20 still.
25 red.
I like that. The gear up scene, like, okay, we're gonna have to turn it into something juvenile because we can't wrap our heads around all of this crime that's surrounding us because all we do is play punk music. I wasn't really ready for this.
Yeah, for punks, they sure aren't ready for like
the
fighting.
Punk stuff.
Yeah.
Who bites first?
A punk without a switchblade, I guess.
You just got super sharp teeth. I do appreciate the fact that the movie doesn't really lose its characters to becoming badass. They kind of just fumble through it.
That's true. Yeah, nobody really steps up.
They fumble through it, and then later on, 2 of them go fucking insane. But nobody's Rambo despite the face paint.
No.
I'll
tell you what I didn't like was because they're like, all right, we're just gonna leave, and there's people out there. There's the guy with the dog.
Yeah.
And so they all kind of split up. The dog attacks somebody, and this is where maybe finds a fire extinguisher. And that's like the main weapon for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Well, her alternative, because she's fucking stupid, is a fluorescent light tube.
Yeah.
As somebody who's been hit by those, you go, that felt good. And just do nothing. You're not hurt.
Oh, that fragile glass is over.
Yeah, the way it shatters in a way that was engineered to not cut you on purpose.
Oh, my God. You got me good.
The most dangerous part about being hit with a fluorescent light bulb is inhaling phosphorus.
The most dangerous part about it is being the one who's holding on to it because you're going to have a handful of broken glass.
Yeah, it doesn't break like a bottle. There's not much to hold on to once it's broken.
So as she throws it out the door like it's a spear, like they were expecting people to be there.
Yeah, which is hilarious. I like that, okay, a subtle filmmaking thing being he's trying to tell a motivational story during what's basically a gear up scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it just gets interrupted because the movie's got to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, how about you shut the fuck up and the urgency of the scene that we're in?
Yeah. We don't need to hear the end of this. You got shot by a bunch of paintballs. You sucked. We get it.
You're bad at it. In comparison to adults, which of course you are. I played laser tag once for a birthday party with a guy who had also served. And he wasn't doing like the full-on military tactics with hiding and call-outs and shit. But he was positioning his body in a way to make himself as small as possible. And he told us as much. And had I been a little bit older, because I was like fucking, I don't know, I was in my teens still. But had I been a little bit older, I probably would have said, hey, man, it's kids. It's children.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about Charlie in there. You got to worry about a smoke machine.
You got to worry about hitting a
and
kid.
And a strobing light. Are you epileptic? You'll be fine.
Gotta worry about bumping into a child and
with
injuring
your knee
him.
in the face.
Explaining that to the parent. I didn't mean to fucking smoke your kid. He was in the way.
During this conversation as well, the Desert Island Band thing comes up again, and they're actually honest, and most of them are, well, they're super soft bands, we'll
It's
say.
like Dad's yacht rock.
Somebody says AC/DC, I think. Like, somebody like throws ABBA out there.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, listen, she was the dancing queen, young and sweet. Only 17, ABBA?
Hey, ABBA. I don't know what the laws are in Sweden.
Knock, knock, ABBA.
Yeah.
It's the police.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the pedophile hunting police.
They have creep catchers in Sweden. You're here to meet a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, ABBA. Could have chose better lyrics.
Great.
I'm pretty sure the Beatles have one where it's like she was, 16, if you know what I mean.
Amber,
and it's bad.
Yeah, as they're walking out the door discussing the thing, Pat is his Topher Grace's
Sure.
name. Anyway, he still can't pick, but then Amber just whispers one under her breath, thus identifying her as part of this group. Just in case you thought she was going to defect and actually she's a secret Nazi or some shit. Nah, she wants out.
Well,
She wants out bad.
Well, for reasons.
There are tons, good ones.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is a man with a dog steps out of the shadows.
Right before the man with the dog steps out of the shadows, okay? Some retard says we should split up. No, you should not.
Have you never seen a movie?
Have you never seen anything? Scooby-Doo reruns?
You think you're going to take on one person by yourself?
Given everything that's happened every time you've tried to leave at all, no, you shouldn't split up. That's the other thing, too, is this movie, when it starts going, it really gets rid of its characters fast.
It sure does.
Tiger immediately gets fucking throated with a dog. Fucking Reece hops out a window and just gets stabbed to death on the ground.
Yeah, like within 5 seconds of this, this whole scene,
Fuck yeah.
And you can't. So what I liked was it was so dark you couldn't see what was happening, but you could hear sloppy dog eating sounds, so you knew it was happening.
I mean, there's a silhouette of meat.
And a throat with just layers of skin kind of flopping around.
Amber and fucking Pat fight off an attack using the butt of abrasive music, which is just the bottom of a microphone stand.
Yeah, she really has no problem beating that dog with a microphone stand.
Earlier in the movie, they learned that feedback really pisses these dogs off. So they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to put the microphone right at the fucking speaker now. Also, let's get the set list. You know?
Is this where no, this isn't where the dog runs off. This is just where they get the set list and they find out that the German word on the napkin was one of the band's songs.
Yeah. And also it stands for meat grinder because there's a short scene where they're trying to figure out what it means in German or in English.
And it's funny because it looks like the guy's arm went in one. So there's that too.
Yeah, that's true.
There's that too. So, the dog gets his shit beaten, or do they kill the dog?
Well, they crank the feedback up so loud that the dog goes home.
That's right.
The dog's like, fuck this whole scene. I'm out.
Dog takes a sick day.
Yep.
So they send in Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel and friend to finish the job.
After realizing, well, not after realizing, but on the heels of realizing that his girlfriend he's trying to escape with might be in danger or dead, volunteers, and then they just bring this other random guy with, who's like super eager to kill. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so they get instructions on how to kill people, because the whole thing was, hey, they're intruders. We've got signs up that say there's dogs. So legally, if there's dead kids that have dog bites, we're good.
Yeah.
So they get instructions on how to make their attacks look as much like dog bites or whatever as possible.
Yeah.
They've got huge machetes.
That's right.
What kind of dog bites with that kind of pattern? A straight fucking line?
A very, very clean cut?
Just a dog that bites with one fucking half of its mouth, and that's it.
Dog's got a turtle's teeth for teeth?
Christ. So the instructions are, blades are okay, just make it sloppy and don't hit the bone. That's how a dog bites.
I think dogs latch onto the bone with their teeth when they bite.
I think dogs love bones.
They're
That's why they're always given them.
I fucking, I don't even put that together. Their favorite thing is bones. They're like Kathy Reichs.
They know that inside of us there are some, and that's why they like us so much.
They want them out.
When we die, they're waiting.
Yeah, that's like that's Thanksgiving.
One of these days you're gonna
Christmas
die.
dinner.
I'm not even gonna wait for you to rot. I'm going in there.
That whole thing I just wrote. Patrick Stewart says a bunch of horrible things about a dying 20-year-old because he's on the ground and the dude's just like, let him bleed.
Oh yeah, it'll be good for forensics later.
And Gabe is visibly upset despite having done nothing but help, like Igor from Frankenstein. Because he's bummed about all that's happening around him, but he's like, okay. I'll fetch the machetes and body for you.
Yes. This is where Patrick, I don't know why Patrick goes into Daniel's car. And he finds that his trunk is just like full of stuff. Like he's just packed his trunk up.
Because he knows full well who Emily is dating. I think that's also why he took the keys.
Yeah.
He came up with the bullshit thing where he's like, well, I can't trust you though. And then, just bug out bags in the back. Tons of them. Plenty.
What's this about, Daniel?
Cool. And then also a baseball bat, a.k.a. evidence.
Evidence of
a murder with a baseball bat.
From last year. It was supposed to disappear. And apparently this is good for them. And then we just never come back to why. I assumed they were going to put it in their van.
Well, they're going to blow the fucking whistle, bro. He packaged that evidence up so that when they escape, they have blackmail contingency. Like, oh, you're not going to come after us because I'll just throw this at police.
Well, yeah, but then Patrick Stewart says it's good that they have it because, I guess they have it. They found it. They have it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, so are they going to use it to frame these kids for murder and make that just go away?
Well, probably.
Maybe. We
not?
just never find out why.
Shittiest detectives in Oregon, not seeing all these pieces and being like, this puzzle's already complete. I don't like that. This puzzle is too complete for me to have just opened the box.
These aren't puzzle pieces. These are pieces of boy.
So they go in, and they kill the microphone feedback, which indicates to everybody that, okay, the dangerous people are in the building, right? You didn't need to have Amber say that because I figured it out before she even opened her fucking mouth because that just makes sense.
It does.
Okay, we're going to turn on the loud thing so the people who don't like it turn it off for me.
That's how you know they're in.
Yep.
So in case you were unaware, Daniel has swapped sides. He comes in the room. He's like, she's dead. And you, the other machete guy, you leave because she's dead. I don't know why I'm upset, but I am.
While that big reveal is happening, maybe disappears down the hole.
She sure does.
And then, while Daniel's sort of realizing that he's on the wrong, not that he's realizing it now because he wanted to get the fuck out of it, but while he's trying to figure out who he could trust because Amber's in there and shit, the other guy's just standing beside him with plenty of time to swing a machete and kill people, but he just doesn't he doesn't do anything. He just stands there.
Well, it's not the time.
And then they're like, yeah, you should go. So he just leaves.
Yeah, you go. Get out of here. I'll
kill
them all myself.
I feel like if you got sent in by Nazi skinheads to commit murder and you came out with hands not covered in blood, you would have hands covered in blood because they'd kill you.
Yeah, I feel
for
like
not doing what was asked of you.
I feel like they would at least cripple you decently.
Yeah.
For not completing the task. It's an easy task.
I was mad about that, so I wrote, I wish Reece was still alive.
We all wish Reece was still alive.
But yeah, Daniel realizes that it was the murder of his girlfriend was an inside job, but I don't know how the fuck you wouldn't just guess that from the freaks you're surrounded by on a constant basis.
Well, he doesn't so much guess as the blonde just goes, yeah, Werm stabbed her in the fucking head.
But he goes, bullshit. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. You're not dubious of that claim at all. His name is Werm. He looks like that, and someone's dead.
2 + 2 + 2
equals Werm.
Equals Werm.
Equals fucking dirty Werm.
So yeah, oh hell. Well, all right, I'm on your side. Let's get out of here. You know what? There's well, here's how we're gonna do it. Here's the plan. Let me lay down the plan. My name is Daniel.
Let's go.
And if there's one thing Daniel has is an immediate plan to get out of here.
Perfect.
And now he's got all the information. He knows exactly what to do. He's even gonna tell you things that you didn't know. If you just hold on 1 second.
I got a little something up my sleeve, guys.
He's really pausing for dramatic effect here.
Yeah,
I know something. Head,
I know more than you guys about this place.
As his head fucking explodes.
In the middle of what was supposed to be like a John Wick sentence.
Yeah.
It's like, I know where they keep the...
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, you don't
So
get to,
fucking
you don't get
good.
to have that Goosebumps moment because you have a different one instead.
Oh.
Which is just open head now.
Oh, my God.
It's fantastic. I'll tell you, the first time I watched this movie, I jumped.
Oh, yeah.
I was not ready for that.
It got me. Look, when she was gutting poor Big Justin, I was the most upset person in the room. I was like, oh, God, no.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck.
Oh, man. Turns out it's real easy to cut through butter.
Yeah. That's rude. That's rude. So, yeah, fucking Daniel's just like about to give them the one thing they probably need to know to get out of here so good and easy.
Yeah.
And it was punctuated by, the side of his head opening up.
Yeah. And the guy's like, not fast enough. That's so rude to say.
It is.
Doesn't even matter because he gets stabbed in the throat immediately anyway. So cool. I'm down.
Oh, yeah. They like take turns as if they're like on a team or something. Like one guy bumps the gun so it goes off. One person, I don't know, hits him with something.
Yeah.
And then the blonde girl just comes in and just cuts his throat.
Fine. It's all right.
Done.
She's really good with that fucking stiletto, I'll tell you.
Now we're all complicit.
It's like her favorite thing to do is wear heels. A stiletto is a knife. And it's also
I got
a
it.
type
I
of
got
shoe.
it. Oh, yeah, for sure. I was letting the people at home put that together.
Good.
So someone tries to come in and gets a gun aimed at them. That's what I wrote right after that because I think some guy just opens the door and she just like points the shotgun. He's like, "Whoa,
fuck that!"
And he just closes the fucking door.
My bad. Wrong room.
And so this is where they just like go out a door, and just like they're just like, this is gonna be fine. We'll just go out a door.
Oh, also that fucking guy that gets his throat cut after shooting a man in the side of the face looks like Dwight's cousin Zeke.
Are you talking about the dude from The Office too? Like
that's what he's like the tall one, not Mose.
Fuck, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know. Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think.
What's his name in Breaking Bad? I don't fucking remember.
Isn't he weird as fuck in Breaking Bad?
Badger.
Yeah. So yes. Just walking out the front door, let me tell you.
Yeah, like the Nazis fucked off. Like they had something else to do.
That's the one place they haven't covered. Oh, they'll never come out the front. Haha, the old bait and switch. That's where most of the cars are parked.
We're gonna wait by all the windows to stab them the second they come out.
Yeah, fuck me. So that was cool. That's where we lose Maybe. She gets left behind because dogs.
Well, she also shoots a dog. So
she does do that. It doesn't even work.
No, that dog was probably hopped up on something. It was a Terminator dog, and it came at her like a freight train. But this is where the blonde, she's got the shotgun and she gets shot and immediately just drops it and fires it into the ground.
Come on.
Right?
You got shot in the leg. Your arms still work.
When your hands go stupid or something?
It's the reverse of the guy who falls down the stairs in VHS and hurts his arm and decides his legs can't walk.
Yeah. But there's no horrible blowjob.
And just like that, there's only Amber and Pat left.
That's that.
And that's what this whole shit takes place over like 15 minutes of movie, dude.
And by the way, this whole time they've been looking for the keys to the van so they could move it.
Yeah.
They finally find them on Maybe's dead body. So now the cleanup can begin.
Yes, it can.
I believe Patrick Stewart even says, "We're going to get you a push broom." How respectful.
Yeah, and Gabe's in there the worst. He's got the worst job of anyone on earth.
And he's the manager.
He's the fixer. As in, let me just spray down these walls of blood for all night.
What setting should I use on this power washer?
The maximum setting.
Well, we don't want max. We want to remove the blood, but we want the swastikas under the blood to stay intact.
Shit, you're right.
So go halfway.
Yeah, half.
Whatever removes blood, but
maybe wait for it to dry first so it flakes off. That's easier.
Yeah, there you go. So she wants to hear the rest of that thing, and he's like, long story short, she wants to hear the rest of this pep talk with the paintball pep talk, and he's like, yeah, the Marines were good. My friend just went wild and shot them all. No, he didn't. Are you kidding me? One guy shot all those Marines when they just handed your ass to you? No.
Well,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
An
You're
important
liar.
thing that he says there is that he didn't care about getting shot, which means he looked like a Blue Man Group member, probably. Yeah, he
so you're
probably
saying he got
a couple
lit up.
shots
Okay.
in, but he's cheetah print when he's done.
I was thinking he just like lit them all up before they got a chance to turn around.
That's
That's what it makes it seem like. But I guess
a little bit.
All right, yeah. If he didn't care about getting shot, then he's a cheater.
Yes,
he's cheating.
That's right.
He's not following the rules of the game and is no longer nobody's having fun.
And that's his whole point with this fucking story is that now we have this is kamikaze all hope is lost moment. So that's when they're like, all right, well let's just fucking go insane then.
Let's pretend.
Yeah.
And then so we get the scene where the manager has earned his red laces now finally.
Yeah.
Here's your red laces.
He barely wants them.
I don't think he even laces up.
And I don't believe he doesn't.
I don't think
you wouldn't want to ruin them. He's going right into clean.
He also doesn't even have the boots for these. Let's be honest. He's wearing like
Converse.
Yeah. These are the kind of laces you put on angry boots.
It's like, oh, who brought DCs to the party?
You.
I gotta say the long monologue serves the purpose of having a relaxing moment after just shit show for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's just chill out while we're reeling. And then like because of the way that he tells it, because he's fucking half asleep, you get put into that mode as the viewer. So it's like, okay, thanks for the breather. Now let's go to hell. You know?
Yeah, thanks for that breather. Let's go right to Patrick Stewart saying the N-word. How about that? How about, hey, Patrick, do you got any advice for me, the manager? Thank you for my red laces, by the way.
Well, don't do any heroin.
Okay.
Because there's a bad batch of black people's heroin out there.
Thanks for that tidbit. I wasn't going to do any heroin, to be honest with you.
I wasn't planning on it, but I'll avoid the neighbor dope, as you call it.
I'm just going to be real with you. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between. So I'm just not going to have
Don't worry.
any.
I put a neighbor's stamp on it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Now
what? Now, this isn't like a Titanic level movie, right? Like this isn't making a mark on society. Did you really, really want to say that for this movie?
Right after he gets his red laces, which is why I wrote, Gabe gets his red laces, which apparently means Patrick Stewart can say the word around you like a reverse pass.
Take these. I want to say it.
Also, like, you could have just said, I poisoned the heroin.
You could have.
You didn't have to.
You
You
really
didn't have to
could have.
pepper that in. You didn't have to black pepper that in.
Nobody suspects the people who you mentioned. All right, we know it's you.
Yeah.
We seen the basement.
I've seen the way you look with your eyes when you say it.
I wrote Patrick Stewart says the N-word and then he just leaves. He literally just says that. He's like, all right.
Yeah, I'm going home.
Goodbye now.
So fucking good. Then this guy still has the dog that got shot, and this dude loves his dog so much that he doesn't care how many times it gets shot as long as it eats first.
Yeah, it would be considered a personal favor if this dog died with meat in its teeth.
With a full stomach to shit out when you shoot it in the head.
Now I'm going to give it this needle.
Yeah.
And that's going to keep it alive for an hour.
Like Bane from Batman.
Yeah, what's in that needle? Just dog adrenaline.
Yeah. Dog adrenaline.
So at this point, Patrick is like, you know what? Forensics isn't a concern. Just shoot him. Why are we taking the dog in there?
Fuck it.
Why are we taking the dog? Just shoot him.
It's a decoy.
Who cares about forensics? I'm Patrick Stewart.
I think the guy's probably like, well, he's going to die anyway, so he might as well do something. One thing I wanted to note here is that every time these bald-headed idiots go inside the bar, some of them end up dying. You'd think you'd learn.
You think you would, but I mean, they do kill enough of the kids that, it's kind of...
They kill like one of the kids. The dogs do the rest.
That's fair. All right, I'll give you that. So the
only ones who learn are Pat and Amber because they put the feedback back on.
Yeah.
Cool. Piss the dog off.
Yeah, sure does. Pisses that dog right off, and the dog's like, I'm done for the day.
Yeah, I'm clocking out.
This is actually too much.
That's what I was referencing earlier.
I'm on a mental health woof. Because he's a dog.
Pat, so they walk into the room, and it's just Pat with his back turned. I like that Patrick Stewart gave them enough time to Sharpie war paint on You know how long that'd fucking take, especially if you're sweaty.
And like
It stops working the second it gets wet.
having that around on your face and like just that you're gonna be lightheaded.
You're huffing a lot of fumes.
So
there, bros.
and like it shows by the way they're out of their fucking mind crazy.
He's just saying the silliest fucking things he can string together from fucking Punky Brewster, and then he jumps in the hole.
He also shaved his head, and I wasn't sure if that was to like make them think that he was also on their side.
Yeah, maybe.
But they see the razor and
it's wartime. Fucking, I like that when he jumps in the hole, he basically just like does a Willem Dafoe impression while he bangs around.
Oh yeah,
Willem Dafoe in any movie where he's supposed to be unhinged, just picture that, but bald.
It's just Willem Dafoe fighting invisible people.
They're in his head. And it just works on all, like, they take a beat. They're like, this might be the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm a Nazi.
That sentence could work on, like, anything.
Yeah.
And I'm a Nazi.
This is the best burger I've ever eaten. And I'm a Nazi.
This is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Holy
and
fuck.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah.
I like that being like having to either go back to Darcy and be like, listen, it's a trap.
Wild in there.
Yeah. That is worse than going into the hole.
Yeah. Also like, splitting up so that one of you can go in the dangerous hole and the other one can hang back without having seen the second person you're there to kill. Giving her the opportunity to Danny DeVito crawl out from under a couch.
I was thinking Ace Ventura When Nature Calls out of the rhino's ass. Or is that the first one?
Yeah.
That's the first
When
one.
Nature Calls.
Okay,
That's When Nature
all right.
Calls. Yeah. Well, she's not ass naked, which is the only difference between her and those two options.
Thank God.
Well, I mean, I would have liked to see it.
So fucking Patrick Stewart, when they're like, he gives them, I think he either gives them a shotgun or they have a shotgun. And he's like, oh, we've only got 3 bullets. He's like, well, that's 2, and then you get 1 extra.
Yeah, he does say that's 1 extra, which is so disrespectful.
It is. Well, he runs a tight U-boat.
I don't know why you got to show the diamond tattoo on her wrist and the close-up of the box cutter when she shows up with the knife and just cuts the throat. Okay, fine.
She's a tatted goth babe.
I feel like it was supposed to be important, but it just wasn't. Either that or it just didn't convey.
Maybe they cut out a part in the movie earlier where like somebody else had a similar tattoo.
Yeah, maybe. So they're yelling at each other also, which is a mistake because what they're yelling is, "Hey, we sure are the only 2 people in here, huh?
How many bullets do you think he's got?
Who's got the 9? Well, not either of us.
Are you in the hole? Yeah, I'm well deep in this hole.
I'm so in this hole. If you're in trouble, well, you're fucked."
Okay, if you hear me shoot twice, come down. It's literally what he says. If you hear me shoot twice, come down.
I like that because he's down there with a gun, with the shotgun, and so Amber dangles the corpse down first so that he could waste a bullet.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, the first one doesn't get him. He's like, I'm not.
Yeah.
And so she just drops the fucking dead guy in there.
Fuck this fucking... Yeah, I'll save the corpse of my friend for when I can actually fool you into blowing a leg all the way off.
Boy, oh boy.
Fuck.
He sure does remove a lot of flesh from that leg. all in one trigger pull. I liked they were just going back and forth, and he's like, what was he? He's looking for the guy, and he turns around to talk to his pal.
Yeah.
Just enough for her to like sneak up, slit the throat.
There you go for you. How's that?
And then he just waited to shoot as if she wasn't right there, dead center of the hole.
That's true.
Who gives a fuck? His throat is slit.
Also,
you're a Nazi.
Yelling the count of rounds back and forth, giving away both of your positions. Pat the retard. Amber! Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Amber.
Right. So they get into a little scuffle down there and struggle for the gun. It's a pretty effectively, because his arm doesn't work. The fucking guy is trying to load it while also holding the other dude down, who is fighting for his life, so it'd be difficult. The only problem I have is Amber drops into the hole and takes her sweet fucking time, tiptoeing through the tulips, strolling through Central Park, over with the only other gun with bullets in it to solve the problem. Like, there's a million times where Pat could have died there.
Oh, yeah.
A million.
Yeah, there's, they, like, struggle. So Pat had all these bullets to begin with. They needed the bullets. They were looking for the bullets. Pat had the bullets.
Yeah.
So he gets the gun and he loads it. And because his arm's fucked up, it takes him so long to load it. It's enough time for the guy to turn around and just chuck this handgun at him.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Because when she drops a body in, a handgun comes out, and he's like, ooh, a gun.
Yeah.
Unloaded gun. He picks up the gun, and she's like, 0 bullets. Oh, God.
Fuck. So I hated. I started because I hated how bad. Like I hated how slowly she was walking during a tense, time-sensitive situation. I wrote, "How like a woman to be deliberately late. Take your time, sweetheart. She probably fixed her hair with her other working hand.
Oh yeah,
Cause she's got two.
Really rubbing that in. Let me load the magazine in this pistol.
See how I can hold one in one hand and the magazine in the other and just put them in easily with my fingers that work?
Look at me grip. Let me look at me grip while the inside of my arm stays inside of it.
Yeah.
Notice you'll see the bones all inside my body.
Intact.
Just kidding, you won't, because they're inside my body.
Yeah. They got it. The lid's still on. We haven't broken the seal on that.
This pot isn't boiling over with flesh.
I haven't pulled off the plastic of this yogurt.
This banana hasn't been peeled like a monkey.
Fucking mad respect for the double tap on this guy. It's like one in the chest and one in the side of the fucking head real nice.
Hey.
Good.
Well, Big Justin did not go down. She learned her lesson.
Yeah. Sometimes these guys got Nazi strength.
Well, the Nazis are famous for taking methamphetamines. It gives them that famous Nazi strength that all Nazis are known for.
So everybody's fucking dead, and they go to leave, and it's just Gabe washing up. And he tries to meekly redeem himself by being like, I didn't do anything.
I just managed the bar.
Just fine. Also, he gave up all of his bargaining chips immediately. So he's like, he drops all the shit he's got, and he's just like, yeah, I want to go to jail. It's like, okay, well, you have no choice now. It's either you go to jail or you die. Cool. There's no negotiation. You're just coming with us at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Also, you'll notice that while they're escorting him out at gunpoint, Amber's leg doesn't look like it hurts so much anymore. Looks like she's walking just fine.
Yeah.
With that gunshot wound. Right in the thigh where it would shatter the femur?
Yeah, it's an interesting place to be shot, with that great big vein that runs up in there.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Great.
You'll notice that for having your hand dangling by just a mere piece of flesh, the immediate urge to repair your arm faded away the second the duct tape hit it.
That's fine. If I can't see it, it's fake to me.
That's fun. There you go.
That's cool. We just tape it out. Just put some duct tape.
I'm just going to take
It's a Patrice O'Neill joke about fucking... if you want to at home, but when you're over 30, you should be doing prostate exams, getting them. Now, if you don't want to go to the doctor, you can do it yourself at home. But my colon would have to fall out of my asshole first before I call the doctor about that. And then, you know what? I wouldn't even call the doctor first. I'd call a friend. Did your colon ever fall just right out your asshole? What do? You'll put some duct tape. You'll put some duct tape.
Well, that's exactly the advice they take.
They walk Gabe right out of the bar and everybody's gone because it's fucking cleanup time, and they just assumed that the last two people who gave a shit would actually finish the job.
Yeah, you would think that a shotgun would win against no gun.
No.
Every time.
Well,
no matter the amount of bullets.
Yeah.
But.
Nah, these guys are spry. You'll notice also that Pat lost about 20 pounds in the green room. He was skinny at first, but he's heroin skinny now.
Well, how long has he been in there? Maybe he had a little time to nod out.
Was there a sauna in the basement?
Maybe they removed a little more than just the flesh from his arm.
They shaved him down, skin-wise. They fucking walk Gabe out into the forest, and they just let him walk, which in this situation seems like a good move. That's an okay thing to do because... what the fuck's he gonna do?
Yeah, you've kind of got the bargaining chip.
He's gonna walk up to Darcy and be like, "Hey, man, they escaped, but I'm here." You're gonna get eaten by Darcy.
Well, the moment he gets probably out of step, they just put some bullet in him. I feel like that's enough.
You very much could do that.
They've
and then
got him
also,
at gunpoint.
what are you gonna tell fucking Patrick Stewart? What are you gonna tell any of the rest of the skinheads that might be around? Aim for the robot arm Rambo?
Thanks for the laces. I fucked up. Boy, oh boy. I didn't even clean the floor like you asked me to, man.
It's like doing your graduation speech and just being like, fuck this school.
Oh.
I cheated on every test.
As they're walking through the woods, there's like gunshots, and they're like, "Oh, what are they doing?"
You don't want something you don't want to see.
You don't want to fucking see that shit.
Oh. Well, I've already seen horrible things, so for you to say that, it must be extra bad.
I saw a dog eat my friend.
They must be shooting people in the pee hole up there. That must be what they're doing.
Yo, don't go up in the woods if you don't want to get shot in the dick hole. I'll tell you that.
Right, just a through and through, dick to ass, one bullet, no exit wound.
Portland's Angels up there just using you as a meat puppet with a fucking shotgun.
Fucking.
Oh Christ. So he decides, this is where we're going. I'm gonna go. I wanna go.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good for me to see what they're doing to the
corpses. Turns out it is, because they walk right up on people framing them for murder. So, like, be happy you went that way.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I like that they're dragging Reese's body, and you can see the fucking poster that he liked. I thought for a second it was Tad. I thought they just brought him out.
Hey,
Be
Tad.
Like, hey, asshole.
Well, they know about Tad. They have Tad's phone number. They went through the phone.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
He's busy.
I forgot. I fucking forgot. The fucking funniest part, after they make a huge fucking stink about having no social media presence.
Yeah.
You get fucking Patrick Stewart being like, well, the world can know they're here. They post a show, they're a band. Of course. Everybody knows they're here.
How like a boomer.
Right? Like fucking just assumes. He's like, check their emails.
He's like, fucking, he didn't even look for the app on the home screen. He just assumed.
Oh boy, this famous band's probably tweeted.
This famous band that played My Shitbox in the Woods.
Well, it's a famous band because it's not just the same bands each fucking week. It was a new band. So like, well, obviously.
Well, they must be famous. They're not from here.
Yeah. I haven't heard them shout a racial slur, so they got a lot going on.
Fuck.
So yeah, and that was like the reason I think they didn't kill them right away too. He's like, well, people know they're here. They can track them.
We have to put some work in here.
Yeah, their fans are probably going to wonder where they are when they aren't producing more music.
So they've deliberately wrecked the van and they're putting the bodies inside of it. Now, I want to point out that you got one guy on the other side of the van from where Pat rocks up, just pointing the gun right at him. And then he walks around the front. I said earlier about how the characters, like, they're not Rambo. They're meek. There's a through line of, like, sarcastic humor, as if they're not taking any of this shit seriously the whole time. And they've sort of, obviously stumbled into this situation. Pat, when he's walking around the van, gets his shirt cuff stuck on the side view mirror.
He sure does.
And I was like, that's completely on brand for the Pat that I know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what would happen.
You can't look that cool, Pat. Easy, right? You're flying too close to the sun.
Fuck, let's knock you down a peg.
I'm sure it was on purpose, and I bet they left it in. I bet if we go check the IMDb thing right now, it'd be like, yeah.
It may have been a method actor decision. I do like that, and also, like, in keeping with the through line of sarcasm, despite what they're in right now, he's still like, the way you're siphoning gas is fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah, the rag wouldn't
it's
be
like,
there.
This isn't how I do it. It's like, who fucking cares?
Just so you know, Patrick, this is...
Next time you're framing someone for murder, at least put the rag in after.
You're not gonna fucking siphon shit.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work for you at all.
People are gonna think we're retarded.
It's fucking...
How dare you make us look stupid?
You gotta have Benoit balls for that.
Gigantic, hard Benoits.
I like that Patrick Stewart also gets a gentleman's exit, in that he just goes, fuck you both, and turns his back and leaves.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
I love that they gun him down, and he's just like, no, I'm leaving. No.
Yeah, you don't understand, like, I'm going away.
Miss me with this bullet
and then he whips the gun out, like, for no reason.
I thought he was gonna, like, just shoot himself.
I thought
that was the plan.
I thought it was gonna be so that it, like, looks like self-defense. I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever.
Either way, they, like, get him down on his knees, and he turns around and takes one, like, directly in the forehead, but he's still able to fire off, like, a pretty close shot.
Yeah.
Despite, like, the wisdom and knowledge that's leaking out the front of his head.
No, that was a death rattle pulling the trigger.
Oh yeah, that was rigor just setting in.
And like the fact that he stood there, right, and listened to their long, painful missive about fucking drugs and heroin and watches his whole empire fall apart. And it's just, all right, that's enough from you kids.
Yeah. Listen, it's been a long day for Patrick. I got to find a chair.
God didn't put me on this earth to listen to somebody 40 years my senior. And by that I mean junior, obviously.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm going to start to sit here and listen to you fucking millennials.
Right here I wrote, beautiful property he lives on.
Oh my God.
The house in the back is so fucking nice. It's
Sprawling.
got like 3 sunrooms.
God.
You got all that acreage.
Oregon is a beautiful state. Peppered with hatred.
Yeah. And rich history.
Rich methamphetamines.
So that's how that part of the movie basically ends.
Yep.
You get a quick montage of like all the loose ends that it didn't tie up, like Tad's vacuuming.
The whole movie I've been like, I really hope.
I wonder what about Tad. I've been racking my brain about Tad.
Did he get near the couch?
Fucking Werm is contemplating stoically over a beer about the fact that heroin sometimes hits a little hard.
And then his pal, it's hit his pal so hard he forgot to take the goddamn needle out of his arm.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how heroin, like that's got to be like that, because I'll tell you what, get that needle out of me.
Definitely take it out.
Like it's cool that you're putting heroin in my body with a needle, but I don't like the needle.
Yeah, that's the bad part of it.
I like the drug, but I hate the vessel. So can we make that quick? I don't want that to stay in me.
Yeah, I don't like mosquitoes either. It's just a small one.
Yeah.
If I were to do heroin, you best believe you're the one who has to inject me, and I'm looking away and clutching a teddy bear. Just like my fucking meningitis shot in like 8th grade.
Yep. Oh my God, please just do it for me.
Yeah, I just don't want. Just don't even tell me a joke. All right, tell me a joke, and then once the punchline hits, you just.
Oh
that's
my God.
It.
Yeah,
Catch me in a laugh.
Tetanus shot of just like fucking look up. Just look up.
Holy fuck. And then they cut back so that and it's a funny line, to be honest. It's rude as fuck from Amber.
Oh, it's so good.
After all we've been through, dog, I'm ready to tell you my Desert Island Bandit. You're like, tell someone who gives a shit. Whoa, fuck you.
Oh.
Also, my larger point though is who just hangs out right beside the mass grave?
Somebody who's just had a really long day, and this is
we need a breather.
So far the best part.
We need a 10-minute power.
Getting to sit down and just like turning off what's around you. You don't all your pals are dead around you. It's fine.
Whatever's around me can't smell worse than the inside of that bar.
Oh, the dog.
Before I got there, like
the dog.
Yeah, the dog
rolls
back
up at the end, they're just like they're ready to shoot it because they think it's a crazy vicious dog, but it's just like a dog, and it goes and lays down by its dead owner.
Yeah, who they also just killed.
It's good stuff.
It is. That's the fucking. But the problem is, it ends on a cliffhanger, and there needs to be a sequel because we never got to hear Pat's Desert Island Band.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right here I wrote as they sit there, Manglearm finally gets to try and like hit on the blonde girl after seeing him while they play.
He made that decision in his mind when he first saw her, right?
But she gives him probably the exact same response that she would have given him had they not just been through all this together. If he just walked up at the bar, like I'd call somebody who gives a shit.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Oh my God, I would take my drink back. That's just 2 drinks for me now.
Yeah. You know what? The pill in that drink, that's for me now.
I'll have it.
I'm going to feel loopy.
I got to have some kind of fun tonight. Anyway, that's fucking Green Room,
that's
everybody.
Green Room.
And Green Room gets an 8.5 out of 10.
An 8.5. I gave it an 8. I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
Fucking one of my favorite movies, and it still is.
I can't believe it took me this long to hear about it, to be honest. It's good.
I'll recommend it to anyone.
It's a great film.
Yeah, dude. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Stylized. It's funny. It's funny front to back, despite the gruesome nature of its content.
It's gory. I was worried that it just wasn't going to be gory.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart is racist?
And I thought it was gonna. I mean, I knew that. Come on, he's white. To be honest, Green Room. That's all I got. I was like, great. It's gonna be like a weird green room that everybody goes in, and there's bikers for some reason.
Right?
Nah, yeah.
Way too literal about it.
No, it's good. I get it. It's the green room the band's in. It's good. Great film. Yeah, I don't know why you took you this long to fucking show it to me.
I've tried. It's been on lists. Speaking of lists,
what do you got for me?
I got 4 movies for you, and I'm gonna tell you right now. partly because of how good this is, but because I wanted to. I'm bringing the fucking heat this week.
Christ.
I'm bringing the fire, the super hot fire.
We hit 100 episodes, and this is when it starts to get good. All right. Finally.
It only took 100 tries.
Here we go.
All right, 4 themes for you here. First one, obvious racism.
Oh, no.
Second one, less obvious but still obvious, dangerous dogs.
Okay. All right.
Third one, extremely obvious. You have no idea how easy it was for me to pick themes here. Musicians. And the fourth one, military tactics. Because of the way that Nazis are, and then and also because of the way that Pat becomes.
Just because of the way they are.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. First one was what?
Racism.
Racism.
Mm-hmm.
So we got any horror movie made in the 60s. Okay. The next one was
Dangerous dogs.
Cujo.
Nope.
No. Wow. All right.
I don't necessarily count it as a horror movie.
Okay.
I understand, but it's not.
So,
it's not. It's a dog with rabies. Who
musician probably isn't Jennifer's Body.
It will never be Jennifer's Body.
It
You'll
might
never see
one day.
Jennifer's Body on a list that I make.
It might one day be on a list.
It's fine. I hate it. I haven't even seen it. I hate it.
And then what was the last one?
Military tactics.
I don't even have a guess for that one.
You're gonna wish you had.
Christ. Boy. You know, it doesn't feel right to do racism, I'll tell you that.
No?
It doesn't feel right to be excited about that one. I don't know, but I just want to know
You
what
should
it
honestly
is.
be excited about all 4 of these.
I am. Like you've really
One of them for a different reason, but it's great to
and
watch.
they're so vague and simple.
Yeah,
I don't know what
bro.
give me, because it's completely different. Let's do musicians.
Musicians. I'm happy and sad that you picked musicians.
Shit.
Because I had 3 movies on here that are just good.
Come on!
And one that's garbage but great.
Come on!
And that's the one you picked.
I wanted something completely out of and you should have told me that was the bad one.
Well, the good news is it is completely out of, there's nothing that relates these 2 movies aside from the fact that there's music in them.
Oh, great.
Queen of the Damned.
Oh.
Yeah, the vampire Lestat decides to resurrect Aaliyah, and he plays Korn songs.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Here we go. Yeah, they had the nerve. They had the fucking nerve. For anybody who doesn't know Queen of the Damned, this is like the physical embodiment of Static X. This is like rebellious nu metal, the movie, and with vampires. And they had the fucking balls to put "based on the novel by Anne Rice" right in the trailer. Like she wouldn't fucking. She's turning over in her urn because of that.
Well, you can't. I was gonna say, is it actually Lestat there?
Yes.
Or fucking Anne Rice.
Interview with a Vampire.
Fucking Anne Rice.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I want to know what you passed up here, or I want you to know rather what you passed up. One's gonna piss you right off.
I don't want to know.
For racism, it was Get Out.
Okay.
For dangerous dogs, it was American Werewolf in London.
All right.
And for military tactics, it was The Predator.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
We could have found out what noise he makes.
Oh, god damn it.
Nah, you chose Queen of the fucking shitty damned dog. I'm so stoked.
Oh, man.
Sometimes when you play Russian roulette, you get the bullet.
Yeah, this was a fucking 50 cal right in my mouth.
Fuck yeah. You didn't even spin the barrel.
No, I put the bullet in deliberately and I pulled the trigger. It wasn't even a revolver. It was a pistol.
I'm going to keep bringing the heat here.
Oh, god damn it.
Grindhouse Movie Club.
I'm so mad.